what an unbelievable baseball game. A classic, an instant classic for Game 3 of the World Series. The Dodgers now with a 2-1 lead. And the beauty of baseball, you got to come back and play again tonight. For those guys, as the game, I think, ended right around midnight this morning, you got to come back and play again today in Game 4 in the most important series of the year. Shohei Ohtani scheduled to pitch tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers. What an offensive playoffs he continues to have.
Inconsequential. Comes back in. It's lifted to deep right field. Towards the corner. Goodbye. Ohtani goes deep. A center cut fastball. Blast one. And ties it. Shohei. 5-5.
I mean, just unbelievable what this guy, the performance that this guy is putting on. JW said it earlier. It's like nothing we've ever seen in the postseason. It's like nothing that we may ever see for a long time in the postseason.
Yeah, the thing that breaks my brain, DK, is, what was it, about 10 days ago, Shohei, in order to clinch a World Series berth for the Dodgers, through 6 scoreless shutout innings, had 10 strikeouts, and hit 3 home runs. Now, I could tell you right now, no player ever is going to throw 6 scoreless innings with 10 strikeouts and hit 3 home runs in the same game. Last night, 9 times on base, DK. The previous postseason record was 7. He ties the all-time Major League Baseball record for any game, and they were all 18-inning games. So he goes 4 for 4, and then he gets walked every other time after that because they didn't want to see it. And their skipper, DK, says they might walk him intentionally tonight to start the game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, again, that's why we saw all this crazy stuff. Remember we talked about the Diamondbacks, like throwing, using a left-handed starter to try to get those guys out in the first inning of a game? This is why. This is why you've seen teams do this with the Dodgers to try to get Shohei out, because a lot of time, I mean, and the other thing is, it's just crazy about it, he's a designated hitter hitting at the top of the lineup. I mean, this guy is the best power hitter in the game, and the Dodgers have him leading off. I mean, like it's crazy. If you grew up watching this game and loving this game, it's crazy that the best power hitter in the game is leading off. That's just not what's supposed to happen.
I remember Bash Brothers era when Jose Canseco became the first 40-40 guy, right? And thinking to myself, that concept of that is, it just breaks your brain if you really think about it. A guy who's strong enough to hit 40 home runs and fast enough to steal 40 bases.
Yeah.
Shohei last year had 50-50. So leading off in the leadoff spot, DK, you normally want a guy who hits on average but has some wheels in case he needs to get over for a bunt or whatever. Shohei can hit a leadoff home run. He can also get a single and steal 2 bases. I mean, he's just the ultimate offensive weapon.
Remember we were worried about a week ago? We were kind of worried he was hitting in the 100s for the postseason. It's like, oh, gosh, when's Shohei going to wake up? When's he going to rise to the occasion? Well, it has been since that clincher in the National League Championship Series. The stat I heard, his last 7 home at-bats, he's 7 for 7 in his last 7 at-bats at Dodger Stadium with 5 home runs. 7 for 7 with 5 home runs in his last 7 official plate appearances, and that's not in counting, like you mentioned, all the intentional walks that he's had.
You mentioned how late it was last night. You also mentioned they're going today. Shohei on base 9 times, DK. Yeah. I mean, how many total bases is that? Gets to go out and start the game on the mound as well, and then leadoff hit for the Dodgers.
Well, and that's what I was like. I was like, how long is Dave Roberts going to leave him out there? Like, he pulled up lame on that last, I think it was a double or whatever it was. Or
Sure, but who's left?
Come on.
Who's left in the bullpen, DK? I mean, they just went 18 innings last night. They went through their whole rotation. Both teams' rotations are kind of screwed up. Kershaw came in, right, for 1 out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a really, really weird game, and it's going to be in an 18-inning game where there is no tomorrow and you have to win it. This isn't just some mid-season 18-inning game. They really needed to get through all those arms, and we'll see how the rotations look moving forward.
That's because neither pitcher, in a game that really was relatively low scoring for the first part, neither pitcher got past 5 innings in this game. Both pitchers were out in the 5th inning. Max Scherzer, 4 1/3 for the Blue Jays. Tyler Glasnow out with 2 outs in the 5th for the Dodgers, and that's part of what this is all about. You don't have these starters, and either they can't go. I mean, Scherzer had only thrown 79 pitches, and Glass now 85. But these managers are like, nope, we're going to start playing. This is the analytics part of the game. I think I really don't like. Because now because when a guy throws 85 pitches, and granted, that's a lot for 4 innings, but it's not 100, it's not 110, which you probably, if you let a guy go to 110, maybe you get 6 or 7 out of him. But the analytics start to play, and nope, we got to start playing by the percentages and guys coming to the plate and how we want to get guys out, and that's when you end up using how many? The Dodgers had 9 pitchers. The Blue Jays had 9 pitchers, and the Dodgers had 3, 6, 10. 19 pitchers in an 18-inning game. That's, again, the extra innings obviously is part of that, but when you have starters that are only pitching into the 5th, that elongates what now you've got to deal with today with your bullpens, and why your Game 2 starter who went 9 innings and pitched a complete game was warming up in the bullpen in the 18th if he had to be used in the 19th.
Another mind-boggling thing, DK, is 100 pitches is about the max that modern starting pitches can go, right? They're pulling them a lot quicker.
Right.
The Nolan Ryan 200-plus pitches thrown is not happening anymore. 609 pitches were thrown in that game last night. 609 pitches. Just nuts.
Crazy. Yeah, and it ended in the 18th inning. I was asleep. Were you asleep? 520. I think that might be our question of the day today. Were you awake when the Dodgers won Game 3 of the World Series in the 18th inning, courtesy of one Freddie Freeman?
Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes midnight. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
Freddie Freeman does it again. I thought he was going to do it when I was still awake. I think he came up with the bases loaded in about the 14th or maybe the 13th inning, and I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Freddie Freeman with another grand slam to win a World Series game. He didn't get it done then, and then I fell asleep, and he ended up doing it a few innings later. I think it was the 15th inning when he came up with the bases loaded. So how about Freddie Freeman just continuing to provide World Series magic for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who now have a 2-1 series lead in the World Series. All right, we'll get into that today. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. DK on the sports tip. We had the coordinators over at Arizona football today. Man, those guys are good. Those guys are good. I really like listening to both of these guys talk ball. I know there's maybe people that don't, but I do. I like listening to Seth Daggy break things down. I love listening to Danny Gonzalez. I said it. I've been saying that for over a year. And God bless that he's the defensive coordinator now. We get to hear from him every week. I mean, this guy just he knows how to talk the game. He knows how to break it down. He's very detailed. I don't know that we've ever gotten, and I've said it before. I invite you to go listen to their press conferences, because I don't think we've ever got a breakdown from coordinators like we're getting this year. Now, granted, we haven't always gotten a chance to hear from the coordinators weekly in other regimes. You know, you go back in the day, and they might make several coaches available, and it was a little bit more informal back like during the Rich Rodriguez era and some of the other eras and whatnot. But the fact that they roll these two guys out there every week and they don't pull any punches and they lay it down for you. I asked Seth Daggy about the 4th and 1, and he says, Noah took the blame for it after the ball game, and Seth basically said, hey, that's Noah falling on a sword for something that was not his fault. And we can sit here and say and look at that and say, yeah, he could have pulled it and made it right. But we always talk about all the time, do your job. Do your job. It was not, and Seth came out and said, it's not Noah's job to pull that ball and run it in that situation. He did not have a zone read pull option, even though it looks like a zone read play, and it is. I mean, it looks like that's what they're doing there, but there was no option for him to pull the ball in that situation. He was supposed to give it to the running back, and if everybody had done what they were supposed to do, I'll say it, if Luke Weissong, and we love Luke Weissong, nothing against him, but if Luke Weissong doesn't miss his assignment there, it's a first down. They get a first down there. Everybody has to do their job. All 11 of those guys have a job out there, and if all 11 of those guys don't do their job, then that's what's going to happen. Plays are going to fail. And these are the kind of things, again, in the past, we maybe don't know that. Again, and I've said a number of times before, I go off what I see. I'm explaining what I see. And I remember there was an instance where Jed Fish said, hey, I asked Jed in a press conference, I said, what happened with, I think it was tight end. I think it was Tanner McLaughlin, as a matter of fact. I asked him one time, I said, why? It was a goal line situation, and Tanner looked like he didn't block a guy, and the guy came off the edge and hurried. I think it was, what was the guy's quarterback? McLeod. Jordan McLeod was the quarterback at the time, and hurried Jordan McLeod into a bad pass. And it was clear to me. I was like, how do you not block that guy? You see him coming. How do you not block him? And Jed said, that's not his job. It's not his job to block that guy in that particular situation. And sometimes we've got to, these are the things that I love to learn about football, how we see it on this end versus how it was actually supposed to happen in the field of play, and whose job was this and whose job was that. And we get a lot of that. We get a lot of that from this particular coaching staff, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
Good news. You want to hear Seth Diggy and Danny Gonzalez talk? Fans out there, you want to hear him talk? 26 minutes for Seth Diggy today, and 32 minutes for Danny Gonzalez for their presser.
Yeah, they exactly. That's almost a combined hour between those two guys. And again, and they and Brent too. They've been very gracious at times about doing little side deals. After they get off the podium, they'll talk to us off the record for a while.
Danny tried to do a side deal today. He was trying to sell like some kind of subscription where he was going to get paid to give information out under the table for NIL stuff.
PFF,
what was that about?
I think it was PFF or Pro Football Focus.
He made a joke. Yeah, he made a joke. I'm joking as well.
Exactly. But yeah, these guys they're very open and it's very refreshing in today's football where a lot of times everything can be very buttoned up.
Real quick, DK, you've been here long enough. You've been here through several regimes, different coaching changes. When you have a closed locker room, when you have a staff that doesn't necessarily open up to media, maybe they've had bad experiences.
Yeah.
Maybe they're used to a toxic media environment where it's just nothing but salacious headline type questions. The difference between those two experiences for you, being in that room every single day, what's that like to have this open Seth Diggy, Danny Gonzalez coordinator type experience?
It's refreshing. I mean, it's refreshing to be able to ask those questions and get those answers. Like, what's going on 4th and 1? Like I just said, what's going on 4th down? I mean, Seth and we'll let you hear it either today or tomorrow. Seth had a great soliloquy just about how they attack 4th downs, why he calls the things he does. Brent said it earlier this week when he talked about, it's a group think tank. It's me, Seth, and Danny. We're talking about the situations. Danny came out and said today, I was like, when he said, you asked the question, DK, about 4th down. And I go to Brent. Sometimes I'll say, Brent, I'll go to Brent and say, tell him he's got 3 plays. Go to him on 1st down and tell him he's got 3 downs here. So it's a group environment between those 3 guys and how they communicate. And in a lot of instances, you may have never known that. If these guys aren't out there talking, you don't have a head coach who's willing to tell you, I could have asked that question on Monday and gotten coach speak. Well, I say this or whatever, but he puts it out there, and then I can go and ask the coordinators the next day. Well, Brent said this yesterday about it being a group think tank. How does that work with you? And then to get another, I think he went on for like almost 3 minutes. Seth did on that. aspect of how they go through their fourth down decision making. I love it. I absolutely love it because I'm a junkhead. I've been breaking down the film with you guys we started doing this again. We started breaking these tapes down in 2011 when I got to television, and Glenn and I started doing our thing. We go back, we watch the tape, we pull it apart, and it's so much different when you can actually hear it from the head coaches. Like Danny, I think I asked Danny a question, and he basically said I was full of dog poop. I'll let you hear that here coming up before the show is over as well. But it's and he said, yeah, we should get together and I'll show you the film. I'd love that. For 17 years, I've been clamoring for a coach that would invite me in to watch some tape. Like, let me bring in 5 plays that I can say what happened here, and then maybe you show me 4 or 5 plays from your side of it. I'd absolutely love that. Love that if I could get a film session every week from either the head coach or one of the assistant coaches about what's going on. That would be so much. It would be so much fun. It would be informative for me, and it'd allow me to really explain to you a lot more what's happening.
We need to get some more napkins, man.
Yeah, exactly. Napkins over at Bob Dobbs with Tommy Lloyd. I'd love that too. Anything that involves dissecting the film, I'm all about that. All right, we're way over time on this segment. We're going to talk to Matt Muehlbach about last night's basketball game. Straight ahead, Crickett's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center. It's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Crash Congress near Stone on Congress, west of Stone Avenue. Also earlier wreck at Park and Ajo Way and Park Avenue, slowing at that intersection. Backups eastbound Valencia approaching I-19. 61 the lows, clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hello, everybody.
Gary, why are you wearing a...
Hold on, Ron. Every time Gary walks in here wearing some goofy costume, you always say, Gary, why are you wearing that?
Yeah, but...
And then it turns into some long-winded story about Alaskifications.
Yeah, but...
Then Gary says something ridiculous.
Yeah, but...
And you agree that an Alaskification before winter is the best way to prepare for cold weather.
Yeah, but...
And how Alaskan AC guarantees no breakdowns.
Yeah, but...
And all it does is encourage Gary to walk around wearing a stupid-looking ski mask that no person in his right mind would get caught dead wearing.
Yeah, but he's wearing my ski mask.
Keeping my head protected, just like the Alaskification protects your heater.
My ski mask isn't stupid looking.
Look who's wearing it.
I choose to ignore that remark.
Because you know another one is coming.
take off that stupid ski mask.
See?
And that's why you should schedule your Alaska vacation today.
What did we accomplish here?
I'm not sure, but today is a good day to Alaskafy. Schedule now at alaskanac.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
It's basketball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. It's no secret the McHale Center is one of the most electric atmospheres in the country. And now is your chance to be part of the madness as Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and the rest of the Wildcats compete for a Big 12 title. Get your tickets now by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/MBK or call the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 520-621-CATS.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to bring you all of the basketball insights from our Arizona Insiders. Our Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
And Koa again will race it quickly down to the top of the circle. Throw it inside Owaka, lay it up and good.
How about the initiator of offense now, multiple possessions, Koa Pete bringing it up with deft passing over the top.
All right, Arizona Wildcats played their second exhibition game Monday night over at McHale Center, and it was a resounding win, as we thought that it would be, against Embry-Riddle from up in Prescott. Let's talk about the game, joined by the guy that called the game. You're not used to hearing him call basketball in terms of the play-by-play seat. We are more used to hearing him in an analyst role, but what a refreshment to hear two Wildcat players on the broadcast last night. Matt Muehlbach in the play-by-play seat and Reggie Geary in the analyst chair. Matt Muehlbach joins us now. Now, Matt, I know last year we had you on play-by-play for some volleyball. I don't remember, did you do any basketball last year, or was this your first play-by-play basketball game?
No, that was my first. I didn't do any basketball. It was fun doing the volleyball last year. I have a couple daughters that have played volleyball, still playing. So I kind of knew the sport, and it felt pretty good and fun to do. So we were like, let's try some basketball this year, and it was fun. It was a blast. It was not easy. I'll say that. it was and I didn't expect it to be, right, but it was a lot of fun. Reggie Geary and I have been friends for a long time, so it was great to do it with him. And we were laughing during the game. We said, what would Lute say? And we would say, we both kind of said, Lute would be proud, but then he would like roll his eyes, kind of like talking smack at us and, have a little fun with this. So it was fun. We had a good time.
So how does that come together? Was that Brian's idea? Whose idea was it to, Matt, let's have you and Reggie kind of do this thing together?
I've been talking to a couple of people about it. John Daly over at the talking to the U of A about it. And, doing some of the play-by-play and, not that I'm going to make a huge transition, but just having that, as part of some future stuff. And just thought it'd be fun too. We kind of looked at it, years ago, TNT did a broadcast where it was just the analysts. It was like Kerr and Reggie Miller and Shaq or Barkley or something like that. And we were kind of thinking of it a little bit in that context. And, hey, certainly have one guy be the play-by-play, but in a sense, almost have like two analysts and just sort of have fun with it. And, hey, we talked about, it's like two guys sitting at home on a couch just talking about sports.
Matt Muehlbach is our guest. He's our Arizona insider, brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo is a corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. So, Matt, obviously you've seen both of these exhibition games so far. What are your top takeaways from the team early on through these first two exhibition games as they get ready to head on over to Vegas and take on the defending national champions next week?
I think when you're sitting down there and you're seeing them up close and shoot around or in warm-ups, just their size, it's an astoundingly big and strong team. I mean, they were big and strong last year, and then they needed to be. I thought Tommy Lloyd did a great job. He putting his GM hat on and kind of putting a team together that was ready for the Big 12. That could compete at the Big 12 level with that kind of physicality. And he did a great job of it last year, and I think he's improved on it this year. You think if Trey Townsend was at the 4, well, if you put a Waka or a Koa Pete at the 4, that's even bigger and stronger. And you think of like just the inside presence of Krivas, Waka, Koa Pete. It is extremely stout inside, and even guys like Burries. I walked next to him in the layup line last night. I couldn't believe how big and strong he was. Aristode looks like he's been in the weight room for 4 years already, and he's been here for 4 weeks. So.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a guy like Dwayne Aristode. He looks the part for a young guy, like you mentioned, kind of bigger, stronger looking. Looks maybe more like a junior than he does a freshman, which is interesting because Matt. One of the things we keep hearing is these guys don't do a lot of weight training, or really aren't. They're not like gym rats in the term of workout rats in high school. But a lot of these guys seem like they come in with a pretty good frame.
I think they have the frame. I think, Chris Rounds has done an incredible job with the strength and training. And not only does he do a great job, but some of the gains that these guys have in like record time periods, but remember, a lot of them come in the summer now. So they probably in some ways have been working out longer than we think. And they go at it, they go hard, and then probably a little bit of maintenance, during the season. But with that said, look, it's a new team. They lost 4 of their 5 top scorers. They lost their alpha scorer in Caleb Love.
Right.
So I think there will be some, there's going to be some times that they're going to try to grow and figure out kind of the roles of the players, right? And there's so many good players on that team. Who becomes kind of the go-to guy? Who's going to be their high scorer? I'm not sure. I would even not sure who that is right now. Is it Jaden Bradley? Is it Burries? I think one of those two guys could easily fit that. But there's still some time, and it's going to be tough because they're obviously going to be playing a great schedule. So they're going to be doing that, during the period of playing some pretty awesome teams, which will be fun. And Reggie made a good point last night. He said the schedule lines up pretty cool because they play like a really hard team, and then they have a couple mid-majors they should be able to win. Of course, those are never easy, and then they play a really difficult. So they kind of have this like back and forth, and they put the schedule together or put it together very smartly.
Matt Muehlbach joining us, Arizona Wildcats guard, 1991. He is your Arizona Insider, brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is brewed by full-time Cats fans. Modelo, or for full-time Cats fans, Modelo is an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Matt, another freshman that's kind of popped out maybe these first two games has been the play of Ivan Karchinkov at 17 points last night. 6 of 7 shooting. Tommy had said after the last game he wanted to see him go after the boards a little bit more. So he was able to pick up 4 rebounds in the game last night. What do you see in this young man who probably is going to be like maybe one of those swing 8th, 9th guys off the bench who could see some significant, we talked about it yesterday, he's a guy might see a lot of minutes in one game, and maybe we don't necessarily see him as much in another game?
I think he's going to be a big piece. On the roster, back to how big these guys are and strong they are. Karchinkov, I think, says 220, whatever, 6'5" or 6'6", 220. I think he's more like 250. Wow. That's how big and strong he is. And he doesn't even look it. He doesn't carry it that big. I mean, let's just call him 235 or 240 for now. He is put together. I mean, he's got like an NBA type body, just like Aristo, just like Burries, just like Pete, all those guys. And I like his demeanor on the court is attack mode. And, I've seen him, one thing I've noticed about him, he's made some errors or missed some shots, and it doesn't seem to affect him. He just keeps attacking. He played over there in Germany. His dad's a very famous, I believe, Russian player. And so his dad was a great player. I think he's, that's come from the lineage. And so I expect big things from him. The other thing I love about him that I didn't know is he's got an incredible personality, just talks a lot, has a lot of fun. He's a guy that I think the team's going to like to be around, and just really interesting guy. I actually saw him off the court a couple weeks ago, and he's very engaging to talk to. So I think that's going to be a good piece for that team.
How cool was it to have Ben Tucker, Arizona Wildcat grad, a guy that's been around this program as both a manager and worked his way up, director of basketball ops as well, worked initially, obviously, with Lute and then in the Sean Miller regime. How cool was that to have him bring a team in here to his alma mater to play?
It was cool. It was super cool. We talked to him. You could tell he said it was a, special night, which it was. He was he was uncertain where he's going to college. His dream was Arizona, and his dream was to be a manager under Lute. He did not know if it was going to happen. He was working with Jim Rosborough, the old Lute's oldest former assistant. Jim, and they were going back and forth. He was probably going to go to Arizona or Utah, whoever gave him a shot at being a manager, not a coach, obviously, just a manager. Roz called him at the last minute, and he was ready to go and came in here in that, whatever that was, 07, 08, something like that, and gave him his shot. He did a great job as a manager, and I mean, he's grinded all the way through. You think of, work with Lute, work with Sean Miller, work with what is the other assistant that went to UCSB. Joe Pasternak.
Joe Pasternak.
Worked with Jack Murphy up at NAU. So he's had some great guys to learn from. It's pretty cool to see someone who's grinded that hard and kind of come from nowhere. He came from, Idaho, no background, no family, no family kind of tie. It was just him.
Yeah.
And, worked his way up the tree. And, we've said this for years, the Arizona basketball manager history and family tree is pretty successful. Those guys have, every year, Lute used to say it, said, hey, the basketball manager is going to be more successful than most of our players. So it's been pretty cool.
It's interesting as somebody myself who was a basketball manager at Division I and just kind of, hearing Ben's story, it's like, how hard it probably was to get one of those coveted positions here at Arizona versus me. I walk into George Raveling's office at USC, and they were like, I said, can I be a manager? Like, when can you start?
That is funny. Raveling was my guy. Raveling was I was a big fan of Raveling, and just saw that he passed away. That's cool. I didn't know that you did that through Raveling. That's news to me.
I was his head manager. I was his manager for 3 years, head manager for 2 years. Yep. So
nice.
I was on the bench the night they came in here in 1988 and lost by 40. So I gotta ask you. Tell me if this ever happened to you. We had a couple great managers when I was playing. Eric Meyer, a guy named Adam Rindy. Rindy was my grade, and poor Rindy. I would call him. So I would go. We'd have dinner after practice. We'd go back to our apartments or whatever, and most nights I'd call Rindy at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and say, "Hey, Rindy, I'm ready to do some night shooting. Right?
Meet me and Mikhail." And the poor guy, I mean, that was part of their job, right?
Yeah.
They had to meet us over there. I don't know if you got those calls, but Rindy was like, you got it.
It's funny because I hear those stories now, and like you even telling that story back in the 80s, but that talks about a different dedication, because I don't know if we ever had one. I never got one call like that.
Really?
I never got one call to meet anybody at the gym after hours to do any shooting. So I don't know if my guys just weren't dedicated like that, or they were just going and doing it on their own, and they didn't want any managers around trying to help them. But
hey, Matt.
Come on, man. Dwayne Cooper, my guy Dwayne. I know. Dwayne was my guy too, or Baby Jordan, or Robert Pack. They didn't call you?
Matt, I was literally going to say he might complain about this time at USC, but he had front row seats for Harold Miner in his prime during that stretch. So.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. No, we were practicing at 6 a.m, so I don't know that there were too many guys trying to get up shots late in the evening, because they were probably we had to get up at 4 a.m. to be there. So, yeah, no, but great stuff. Hey, Matt, always appreciate. So, are you doing any more play-by-play at all, or was that kind of a one-shot deal? Or?
I think I'm going to have at least one more. We're working on it.
Right.
Maybe some more than that, but hopefully one more. I might try to get, Reggie out again, or maybe Corey Williams. I actually work with Corey Williams now at Crest Insurance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we're colleagues now, both, maybe at work and maybe on the game. So, we'll see. We're trying to work some of that out.
Yeah, I think a three alum booth where you guys could just kind of almost like a players only, like you said, just kind of bounce off each other. That would be great television. I'd love that.
Yeah. No, that's actually really interesting too. So so we're gonna try to work it out. I'll let you know, and hopefully we can have some more fun with it.
Outstanding, Matt. We look forward to talking to you throughout the season.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, Matt Muehlbach, class of 1991.
Nobody brings you the inside scoop on your Arizona Wildcats like we do. Today's Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Grant and Swan reported Grant Road near Swan reported collision and some slowing at that intersection. At Park and Ajo earlier, that was a major collision. There's still some slowing near Park Avenue and Ajo Way. Also busy travel and slowing at Ajo and Keno and Ajo. The lows near 61 and clear skies overnight. Sunny, 89 tomorrow and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping on what they need to get the job done. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms subject to change.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay, where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute. Game 3 of the World Series was 18 innings, 6 hours and 39 minutes. But how long was it really? Monday Night Football began after first pitch, so the Commanders lost an entire NFL game, dealt with a flight delay, and almost got back to D.C. before the Dodgers won. The team plane landing at 3:38 Eastern, about 45 minutes after Freddie Freeman's homer. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Thirds over the rim, no good. James Sy for the rebound, laid up and good.
Excellent weak side glass attack from Bryce James.
Bryce James getting his first action last night as an Arizona Wildcat in the exhibition win over Embry-Riddle, 113-42. If my U-High math is correct, that's a 71-point victory.
Wasn't it 19-19?
Yeah, it was close.
After all those three-pointers made?
Yeah, they came out just like gunning from 3 points.
Use your U-High math to do that run with the final score, because it wasn't 0-0. It was 19-19
Let me
tie.
see. Yeah,
So.
let's see. It was, it was 15-14 was before they kind of, so let's see, that would be
They did not come in here to get blown out by 70, I'll tell you that much. But
exactly.
the biggest takeaway, DK, was that's a D2 school playing a big D1 school, right? I mean, the size discrepancy at every single position was the most staggering thing. I think their point guard must have been like, 5'7", 5'10" at the most. But it's tough, man. It's tough playing in a game like that, right? When you're gearing up for top 5 ranked defending national champion, physical frontline Florida Gators team, you just have to kind of do your thing and play your game and go through your motions and get everybody on the same page, running that offense, playing defense. Took a little bit of a time for them to get into it. But then again, DK, they did have a bit of a funky starting lineup.
Right. It's hard to kind of take a lot out of a game like that, obviously. You mentioned the starting lineup. You had Dwayne Aristotle got a start, along with Toby Awaka, Moteus Krivas, and then Anthony Delorso and Braden Burry.
Maybe most important is who didn't start.
Yeah, Jaden Bradley, who, again, we said yesterday, I don't want to see Jaden Bradley playing 30 minutes. He played 15. That's fine. Just get him in there and get him a little run, but he didn't need to play a whole lot. Koa Pete obviously played just 10 minutes. Toby played a little bit more because he didn't play any in the first game. That was fine with me. I continue to like some little things I'm seeing from Braden Burries, just his aggressiveness. I saw a little bit more aggressiveness from him with the basketball in his hands, taking the ball to the cup, and like I talked about, kind of his soft jumper. I liked what I saw from that in game 1, and then I liked the aggressiveness I saw from him in pushing the basketball here in game 2. So he's going to be an interesting piece, because I think there's a lot of things he's showing that he can do. A lot of things. And if you go back to the red-blue game, he showed in that game that he can shoot, maybe shoot the three-pointer too. So it looks like he can shoot, he can pull up and score in the mid-range, and he's got the ability to get to the basket too if he needs to. So again, what do they call that? 3-level scoring? I think he might be a player that can do that.
Braden Burries?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I've been saying this for many months, DK, but the thing that strikes me most about Braden Burries' game is he doesn't get sped up, and that's rare for a person of his age. It's rare because he's always in control and comfortable in what he's doing and doesn't rely upon the three-point shot. I think in the modern times, a lot of people, when you're 18, DK, you haven't known a time without watching Steph Curry dominate the NBA. The players that are freshmen in college today have never known a time that wasn't three-point heavy NBA-centric shooting. So it's great to see a player like Braden Burries, who, as you said, his mid-range game is about as advanced as I've ever seen from a shooting guard to come into the U of A at that age with the size that he has, physicality, but at 6'6", he can get the shot off. But you're right. I mean, and not only that, but making the easy play. I think it's tough for freshmen because there's that the highlight reel culture where you're trying to make the most spectacular play that gets you the most recognition and notice. Everybody notices you because you go viral with your TikToks and whatnot. But he's the kind of guy, DK, who you can tell just by how he finishes in traffic. He's not trying to do something spectacular if there's an easy left-handed layup available. So making the right play, making the right read, but certainly a 3-level threat and a guy where you can't leave him open. He's going to knock down any open shot that you leave him. I don't want to see Braden Burries maybe take 5 threes a game, but definitely keep the defense honest out there.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear a little bit from the players after the ball game last night in Arizona's easy win over the Embry-Riddle Club and ending their exhibition season. And now the Wildcats will get ready to take on the Florida Gators in their season opener. That'll be next Monday, and you'll hear that game right here on Wildcats Radio at 1290. Let's hear from the fellas after last night's ball game. We had Toby Awaka that spoke after the game, along with, who else was it? I think Ivan Karchinkov. Let's hear from the fellas.
All right, questions for Toby or Ivan? Toby, how did it feel to be back out there after missing the last game?
Felt good. Nah, just come out, test my conditioning, see how I felt. But yeah, it was good to be out there. Last game was tough, seeing guys go to war and not being out there, it's hard. So, you work hard as a team throughout the whole summer, and obviously you want to be out there with your guys. So, I was glad I was able to fight with them today.
Practice time or a lot?
Nah, not really. Coaches just wanted to be on the safe side. So yeah, it was tough, but, took their advice and just listened to, J-Rock, medical staffs, support staff, and, just followed through on that.
Ivan, how do you feel these first two games have gone for you in the live competition with this group?
I like exhibition games a lot because you can finally play somebody else than in practice. I feel there's no a good game or a bad game. I think it's just constant experience, playing with a new team, playing with new teammates, and, just finding the rhythm.
And how do you feel that rhythm was for you?
With every game getting better and better.
What's your range?
Excuse me?
What's your range shooting-wise?
I don't know, behind the three-point line.
Is it your game more than going inside? Because this is a team that's going to go a lot inside, penetration and all that. Your game as well?
Well, I think I can do a lot of things. I can be really flexible, be it shooting, be it going to the rim. I think my body allows it to do it. So I think it depends what we need. I can get.
What do you think about we've asked you about when you and Mo might play together. You started the game with him today. How'd that feel out there? And, is that different? Because you obviously have been pretty comfortable in the low post too when you're playing with him. What's different?
Yeah, it was fun. I love playing with Mo. We haven't gotten to do that too much last year, but this year, especially as a recent in practice, and then obviously today, I think he kind of helps me unlock my game, and I think I do the same thing for him. So I think, we're a really good 1-2 combo, and I love sharing the court with him.
What changes for you? Anything you have to think about, or obviously you're playing a little bit different position when he's in there, or
Yeah, I think defensively some things change. I play more so perimeter on the perimeter, and then I think he just creates so much gravity in the paint in terms of him ducking in, posting up, things like that. Kind of makes things easier for me, and then obviously, if a team is keying in on both of us, guards are going to get wide open threes, cuts to the basket, things like that. So, yeah.
Toby, did you watch the rest of the tournament after you guys lost last year? I'm wondering, curious if you saw Florida, just looking ahead to that game anyway for now. What you thought about that, or I didn't know if you were one of those guys where you didn't want to see the tournament after that.
Yeah, no, I didn't really watch any games I was still kind of salty after we lost, but yeah, again, we know who they are. They're the reigning champs for a reason, and this week is going to be a really important week for us to prepare, hone in on techniques, key in on what we need to get better at and improve in, and make sure we're ready for Monday.
All right, Toby Awaka and Ivan Karchenkov after last night's game. Wildcats win over Embry-Riddle. Toby, 21 minutes, 18 points, 14 rebounds. That's a if we can get that out of him every night, it's going to be a good year. Obviously, that's a lot to ask of him against the Big 12, but 18 and 14 sounds really good from Toby Awaka. Ivan Karchenkov again, 17 points last night, 6 of 7 shooting. He did knock down a 3, had 4 rebounds and an assist as well as 2 steals for the freshman.
Yeah, I think he's going to be perfect for the system. I think you think of Pelle Larsson and guys like that who just kind of filled roles, DK, filled in the gaps from what other players were great, just could do a little bit of everything. So if you need a guy, who can shoot from the outside, if they're playing drop coverage on him, you can see him put the ball on the ground a couple of times, and he finishes strong at the rim. Great size. I mean, all the freshmen have great size for their age on this class, and Karchenkov is maybe chief among them. So really solid young man. And that European game, I mean, he played for Bayern Munich, right? I mean, that's the biggest club in Germany. So clearly he's been around some great trainers his whole life. Really impressed with that young man. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. Maybe not quite as ballyhooed as the other 2-3 guys that we've heard their names a lot, but really impressed with what I've seen so far.
All right, we got a lot to get to today. So one of the things I have to do is I have to get you 2 more keywords for our 5K a day giveaway. This is it, the last 2 days, today and tomorrow. This ends tomorrow. So you have right now, as we speak, you have 7 chances left. 7 chances left to win $1,000. 2 chances coming up on our show. So you got about 4 minutes to get this keyword in. So I'm going to give it to you right now so you can get it in. Silver, SILVER. Text the word silver right now to 95819, 95819. It's our 5K a day giveaway here on Wildcats Radio 1290. 5 people, $1,000 richer every weekday. Today and tomorrow, the last 2 days. You want $1,000 in your hand? I'm putting $1,000 in your hand. Just text the word silver right now to 95819. Do that before the top of the hour. You got about 3.5 minutes left to do that. And then I'm going to give you another keyword after 4 o'clock, another keyword. So now you got a chance to win $1,000 with silver. Coming out after 4, you're going to have another chance to win $1,000 with another keyword. So text that keyword now. I've also got, I don't have it, Cricket's got tickets coming up for you as well in the 4 o'clock hour. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. With collisions Euclid north of Broadway, Grant Road near Swan, and 36th Street in Euclid. We've got some slowdowns eastbound I-10 approaching Ajo Kino. Backups for traffic on Kino near Ajo due to road work. Major collision occurred earlier at Park Avenue and Ajo Way, and a lot of slowdowns area of Park and Ajo. And for your weather, 61 the low and clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow, 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke, odd yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Listen to Arizona Wildcats play-by-play. Get the latest news on your teams and more, all in one place. Download Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store or Google Play today. Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions.
For quality, honesty, and service you can count on, call Goodfellas Home Solutions. Because when you need help around the house, we can fix it. Need a kitchen or bathroom makeover? Dealing with a clogged drain, leaky faucet, or sewer issue? We'll take care of it fast. We handle just about anything under your roof. Goodfellas Home Solutions. GoodfellasAC.com.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show on this Tuesday, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We actually have, because we had Arizona basketball last night, we have the Brent Brennan Coaches Show tonight. So tonight and next Tuesday, we'll also have those shows coming up because of basketball next Monday as well, the season opener against the Florida Gators. So if you're heading out and you want to hear the head coach, you can head out to Union Public House tonight, 6 o'clock, and you can hear Brent Brennan and the press conference, or the coaches show with Brian Jeffries tonight, 6:05. They'll get going out there at the Union Public House. So check that out for sure. All right, so first hour, we talked about the World Series, and I said I was going to get this up to you, so I'm going to put this up right now. Our question of the day, it's very simple. Were you still awake when Freddie Freeman ended Game 3 of the World Series with a home run? Were you still awake when Freddie Freeman ended Game 3 of the World Series last night with a? Were you awake, J-Dub? I had said I was not awake. Were you awake when Freddie hit the home run last night?
Okay, so the answer to your question is yes. If the question was, were you awake and looking directly at the television when Freddie Freeman hit the home run, the answer would be no. I had the game on. I didn't have the audio on, but I had it on from like the 7th or 8th inning after they tied it up, and it was on for all the extras. I was awake. I did not see it. I looked over and saw celebration and had to rewind it. So I didn't see it in real time, but yes, I was awake.
Okay, well, you're much better man than me because I was out of it. So I'm going to put this up for you right now. Head on over to Twitter. Our Twitter account is Wildcats1290, Wildcats1290, and you can bet in our pool. We'll put this up for, I don't know, about 23 hours. That'll take us to the showtime tomorrow. So we'll get some results on that. Were you still awake Tuesday night when Freddie Freeman hit the Game 3 walk-off home run in the 18th inning. Can we let's hear that walk-off home run? Let's hear the Dodgers aftermath, the Dodgers radio network aftermath. I think it was Steven Nelson was on the call last night after Freddie hit that home run.
Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight. He is mobbed at home plate as the Dodgers walk it off in the bottom of the 18th inning. 6-5 the final to grab a 2-1 series lead.
No, man, if you're an announcer, there gets nothing better than to be able to make a call like that. A walk-off home run in the World Series, but yet a walk-off grand slam. And how many times? I mean, I'd be interested. How many? Obviously, you go back and Kirk Gibson hit a walk-off home run in Game 1. Freddie last year hit a walk-off grand slam in Game 1. Now he's hit a walk-off grand slam in Game 3. I wonder what's the record for walk-off home runs in a World Series by one team? That's like 3 in 2 seasons. For the Dodgers, I'm sorry, Diamondbacks. For the Dodgers,
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what the record is for walk-off home runs by one team in the World Series. That would be incredibly cool.
Apparently, there's just been 19 total
in World Series history.
In the history of the World Series, 121 years of World Series, 19 walk-offs.
Wow.
So, I mean, the Dodgers have to be right up there because they've been playing baseball for all 121 years and because they've got 3 in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah. Bill Mazeroski's obviously one that comes to mind. So actually, it's cool. I just got the list here. So let's go down the list. 1949 Yankees, Tommy Heinrich against the Dodgers. 1954 Dusty Rhodes against the Cleveland Indians for the New York Giants. That was a disappointing one because the Indians were the best team in baseball that year. Braves in 57, Eddie Matthews for the Braves, I'm sorry. Then you got the Pirates, Bill Mazeroski. That's the one in Game 7 that won the World Series. So that's a whole different animal there because that I think is still the only walk-off home run to win a World Series. Is that one. Yankees over the Cardinals in 64, Mickey Mantle. So that's 2 for the Yankees. Red Sox in 75, Carlton Fisk. The famed Carlton Fisk. If it stays fair, home run.
That's one of my favorite. I think of all the visuals in sports, him waving that ball fair.
The ball.
Yeah,
that's a
so
great
famous.
Visual. So that's only one Red Sox because they didn't go to a whole lot of World Series. Oh gosh, then 1988. Yeah, this is the one. 1988 Dodgers, Kirk Gibson. We talked about that one. That same year, McGuire hit a walk-off home run in the same series, Game 3. McGuire hit one for the A's in Oakland. So you had 2 in the same series that year. Twins in 91, Kirby Puckett, the one that forced Game 7. The original "We'll See You Tomorrow Night" called by Jack Buck. And then the Twins won that dramatic 1-0 game in Game 7 in 1991. I take it back. I forgot. Joe Carter. Joe Carter actually hit a walk-off home run to win the World Series. That was probably the most
famous I remember growing up because I was my junior, senior year in high school. So when Joe Carter hit that walk-off home run to win the World Series, I mean, that was a big one.
So that wasn't in, so 2 to win the World Series, but that was in Game 6. That wasn't in Game 7. That's what I was thinking of, that there's only been one walk-off Game 7.
They won 4-2.
Home run, yeah. Yankees again in 99, Chad Curtis in Game 3, and then the Yankees in a 1 against the Diamondbacks. Derek Jeter, Mr. November. That was the Mr. November call home run. So that's how many.
Speaking of which, real quick, DK, the back-to-back
3 for the Yankees.
The back-to-back complete game
4
starts by Yoshinobu.
Right.
Is the first time since Curt Schilling in that series.
Wow.
In that playoffs, the first time a starting pitcher, has thrown back-to-back complete games since Curt Schilling did it that season.
For 2003 for the Marlins, Alex Gonzalez against the Yankees. That's the Marlins when they won the World Series that year. White Sox in 05, Scott Podznetnik. I used to be able to pronounce this guy's name. Scott Podznetnik hit a home run in 2005. I know I'm butchering that. That was the White Sox.
His grandma's going to call you and be real mad.
I'm sure she is. David Freese, the Cardinals home run. That was dramatic. That might have been that. I mean, that was another extra inning game. I think that was that was the ninth inning. He hit that in the ninth inning. David Freese in the ninth inning to beat the Rangers. That was the Rangers had a 3-2 lead and lost Game 6 and Game 7 in St. Louis. So there was that one. Dodgers in 18. So the Dodgers have 4 now because Max Muncy hit the one. I think that's the one. I think, he hit one that was against the Red Sox in 2018, and that was the 18th inning.
That was the longest World Series game until last night.
Until history, exactly. Rangers, Odalis Garcia, Game 3 against the Diamondbacks 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm sure we have that one in our archive somewhere. And last year, Freddie Freeman, and then this year, Freddie Freeman. So the Dodgers have 4, and the Yankees have 4. As you would figure, those two teams are probably
if you had to guess which 2 teams, it's probably the 2 teams that have been around and been successful for the longest.
Yeah,
and been to the most World Series.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Dodgers 4, Yankees 4. We'll see if we get another one from the Dodgers. But yeah, the ones. You remember all of these, but I remember the Cardinals game. David Freese. That was just an unbelievable game. He hit that ball to center field, and the people were hopping out of the stands because it was like an open, just a background setting, a batter's eye kind of area there and grass, and people just jumped over to try to get that baseball. I remember that game. Some dramatic home runs.
So Freddie Freeman's the first to add his name to the list twice.
Twice, yeah. He's the first one to do it 2 times. Exactly, Freddie Freeman. So there you go.
I don't necessarily think of home runs when I think of Freddie Freeman.
No, well, really?
I just mean in general. Like I just think of him as a great all-around baseball player. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean he's that for sure, but he's carving his name into the history books as a dramatic home run hitter for sure. I mean, we'll have to pull up his line. I don't know. I'm how many when you say that? How many?
I'm doing it right now.
30+ home run seasons does Freddie Freeman have in his career? Would be. I would say, just guessing, don't tell me yet, I'll guess, 30+ home runs. I think he's probably been around now for, I'd say, he's got to have at least 5 30+ home run seasons. I would guess. And now you can tell me if I'm right.
MLB.com is not being very helpful right now, so I might have to go to a different source.
We'll pull up reference here.
Well, the numbers I'm looking at can't be right.
He has, I said 5. He has 2. He only has 2 30 home run plus seasons.
Yeah, that's what
2019 he had 38, and then 2021 he had 31.
34 in 2016 also. So that's 3.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 3.
Anyway, that's what I meant. I just mean I don't think of when I think of all the prolific home run hitters of this era of the past 15, 20 years. His is not a name that comes for the forefront of my mind. But clearly, as far as dramatical home runs, I think he's probably. He's the only one to ever hit 2 walk-off home runs in the World Series. Enough said.
Yeah, he's a consistent, just looking at the numbers, he's what I would call he's a consistent 25-90 guy. He generally hits about 25 home runs and drives in about 90 runs and again, but he's done it. He's done it now since I said 2014. He's been in the big league since 2011 full time. So he's done it now for 14 years. For 14 straight years, he's been that solid 20-95 guy every single year, and he'll probably be a Hall of Famer just based on that longevity of being consistent. Because again, baseball is a game about consistency, and he is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-time All-Star, 10-time All-Star, and 1-time MVP. That's probably enough with the postseason. His historics as well to get him into Cooperstown, I would think.
We've talked a lot, DK, already about the records that were set last night, but there's one we haven't talked about yet, which is not necessarily a positive record, but the most runners left on base in postseason history by far, by 7 runners.
Wow.
37 total runners between both teams left on base.
And that was the great thing about this game. It wasn't like the extra innings. There was nobody could get anything going. There were guys
the 14th
on base.
where the bases were loaded for the Blue Jays, something like that?
Yeah. Then that was the inning they brought Kershaw in.
Yep, for the one out.
He got out of it. He got out of it.
Little ground ball to second.
That was that. Yeah, bring the lefty and lefty right there. I'll go get my veteran lefty and see if he can have one more moment. And did you see his wife? She was just basically crying. It was a great. When you think about what he means to that organization and the fact that Sandy Koufax was in the house.
Yeah.
That guy.
A lot of people are asking today, is that his final appearance? That might be why she was crying.
Right. Well, if it is, it's a great way it's the perfect way to go out. You'd hate for him to gone out giving up a grand slam or losing the game.
Yeah.
It was perfect in the game. They ended up winning. So good for him. All right, 520-848-1290. Want to hear your thoughts on the World Series. That question of the day is up now on our Twitter account, so you can head on over there right now and vote on that. Were you still awake Tuesday night when Freddie Freeman ended Game 3 of the World Series with a walk-off home run in the 18th inning? I was not. J-Dub was, so that's a split vote there. So we'll move forward and see what we get on that. And coming up, we're gonna Cricket's got some tickets for you coming up as well a little bit later. 520-848-1290. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. With collisions Euclid north of Broadway, Grant Road near Swan, 36th Street in Euclid. We've got some slowdowns eastbound I-10 approaching Ajo Kino. Backups for traffic on Kino near Ajo due to road work. Major collision occurred earlier at Park Avenue and Ajo Way, and a lot of slowdowns area of Park and Ajo. And for your weather, 61 the low and clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow, 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Yam with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 8 of the NFL season came to a close Monday night in Kansas City. The Chiefs dominating the Commanders 28-7. Patrick Mahomes, he threw for 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in that win. Washington wide receiver Terry McLaurin left the game in the fourth quarter, did not return after re-aggravating a quad injury that kept him out the previous 4 games. Elsewhere, the Vikings placed quarterback Carson Wentz on the injured reserve. He's set to have surgery on his left shoulder. He'll miss the rest of the season. Giants rookie running back Cam Scattergood had successful surgery on that dislocated ankle he suffered in Philadelphia on Sunday. He's expected to begin rehab immediately. And Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver suffered a torn bicep against the Panthers on Sunday. He's going to have surgery. He is also out indefinitely. Not good news as the Bills will match up against Kansas City this week. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hey, at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find this Halloween.
Me thirsty.
Oh, hey, Frankenstein. Did you enjoy that Cabernet?
Oh, good. Want margarita?
Well, all the villagers are raving about this tequila.
Ooh.
And we have it at the lowest price in town.
Economical.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21. Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Here's your shot at winning $1,000. It's $5K a day on Wildcats Radio 1290. Text the national keyword GAME right now to 95819. That's GAIN to 95819. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and message rates may apply. Please don't text and drive.
Your shot at $5K a day is happening now. Listen for the national keyword 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. 5 winners, $1,000 each. $5K a day.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona football getting ready for their game this weekend coming up against the Colorado Buffaloes, coming off a game in which they lost at Houston. This was a big play in that ball game. It happened in the second quarter.
4th and 1, Arizona. Pistol set. Fafita will take the snap. Handoff. Ricino, and he didn't get it. Nope. Stop short. Houston will take over. Wildcats trying to go quickly, but Houston had, well, they filled the box. They put everybody up.
So 4th and 1, and then the Houston Cougars went right back down and scored to take the lead into the half of that ball game on last week, a couple of Saturdays ago. Now, we had early this week, we had a chance to talk to Brent Brennan, and one of the things that Brent had said after the ball game was that that was the play that turned the game. He felt like that was the play that was the turning point in last week's ball game. Noah Fafita came out after the game last week and said that he felt like that was his fault. He should have pulled that and run to get the first down. Okay, so today we had a chance to talk to Seth Dagey, and one of the questions that I asked Seth was about that play, And Noah's saying that he should have pulled it out and not given it to Kedrick and run with it. And how he's teaching that, how he's teaching his quarterbacks to operate that zone read concept, when to give it to the running back, when to pull it and run themselves. So that was the question I asked Seth. Here's what he had to say about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw Noah under the bus because he's going to take responsibility, even though it wasn't his responsibility. There wasn't a read on that play. What he could have done is pull it to make it right. We got beat on the edge. We have somebody for that potential gap. It didn't work out. He didn't execute. What Noah wish he would have done is pulled it to make it right. But there was no technically read. He's got the very edge of the defense on that specific play. And all we're doing is running duo in a condensed set where you condense all the gaps down and you just wash it down and it winds back just like we've done really all season. Just the same play as the BYU run from Ked for a big play. And it was one of those plays, like if you look at Houston, Texas Tech converted on that play every time they ran it. There was somebody else that converted on that play every time they ran it. So in that sequencing, we're in 3rd and 5, I believe. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to make us throw it underneath, all right? And then they're going to pressure us in some pressure package. And my mind was like, okay, let's run it. Let's get the 4th and short. We got the perfect play because they haven't stopped it yet. We run that same play. Again, it was a misexecution on the edge. Noah could have pulled it, yes. But is he coached to pull that? I mean, he's assuming that everybody's doing their job. And, the quarterback and the leader that he is, he's going to come off and take ownership of I should have pulled that ball. Probably, to make it right. But that's not your job either. So it's like one of those plays. And Noah's done a lot of good things and trying to make it. And he's made a lot of plays right. Unfortunately, that one, both of us we'll look back at it and say, man, yeah, pull it, bro. You see it. You see us screw it up. Pull the ball, make it right. But at the end of the day, he made a lot of plays in that game that we're not even in it without him making those plays. So it's kind of give or take. You're asking this guy to be perfect, and it's an imperfect game. But I appreciate Noah standing up and taking full accountability on that play. Could I have made it right? Yes, he could have. But the read is not a zone read play.
There you go. So it's not, and that's what we talked about in the first hour. It was not meant for Noah to run the ball in that situation, even if what he saw was the play breaking down. And again, it was not one person missed a block. Luke Weissong in that instance had the edge block there, didn't make the block. Guy comes in and makes a hit on your running back, and you don't get a chance to get that first down and keep that drive going, and potentially, who knows? Because at that point, it was a 14-14 game. You go down and you get points there at the end of the half, maybe even score a touchdown, and we could be talking about a completely different ball game than what we ended up with. But again, that's what happens in football. Guys don't make plays. Not everybody, not all. You hear them. One of the things you're hearing this team talk a lot about this season is the 1/11th. You'll hear that in a lot of when you listen to the players talk. Everybody has to do their 1/11th. That's everybody doing their job in the scheme of the 11 guys that are out there. And if you don't do your 1/11th, then that can be costly to the team. And in that instance, one guy didn't do his 1/11th. It prevented you from getting a first down, and it swung the game back into your opponent's favor.
Quick question. I don't think I've heard this asked, but in the call there, Brian said Cats are going quickly. So it's 4th and 1, DK. And I know they're running a up-tempo offense, and they're trying to keep the defense off balance and prevent a lot of substitutions. But on a play like that, 4th and 1, they've got their base package. They know exactly. They've drilled it. I'm not saying they need to huddle together to figure out what they're going to run on that play. But do you like it when a team takes their time on a 4th down play and make sure that everybody's on the same page? Sometimes it seems like if you go quick, you mentioned that there was one block missed right there. Sometimes if you go quick, 10 guys may be locked in, and one guy might be semi-not.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately knowledge of this offense. This offense goes fast a lot of those
Great
times,
point.
and so everybody's you got to know what's going on in a short period of time.
It becomes second nature when you've drilled it and drilled it and drilled
Right.
it, and the system's been installed for 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't necessarily run a lot of up tempo the last few years, right before Daigie got here.
Yeah, so it's something again. But and that just again, but see, and what I liked about that is that we understand maybe a little bit more about Noah Fafita now, thanks to Seth Daigie being upfront about that and saying that's not what Noah can sit up here and say he should have done that, but that's not his job. And so now we know once again that's Noah up there, taking the fall for the offense when he doesn't necessarily need to do that. He could Fafita could have got up there and said, that was unfortunately we missed an assignment there, and we weren't able to convert that. But that's not what he did. He got up there and said that's on me. So that shows you that builds even more to the character of this quarterback that you have running this football team.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been off. Well, first of all, we've seen Noah go off script, scrambling around for his life and then throwing a 40-yard touchdown pass. We've seen that how many times in the last 3 years? But if he had kept it there, that would have been going off script. Another quick question. If you're Seth Daigie, do you think in the near future, when you have a 4th and 1, that you give Noah an option in that situation, as opposed to a straight run call like they did, because like you heard from both coordinators, both Gonzalez and Daigie today talked about how fast those gaps and holes fill up, and reading those holes both from the linebacker perspective coming up to stop a power quarterback rush from your opponent, or from the running backs trying to find holes through there. The one thing about RPO is you do have multiple options you can go with based on the quarterback's read.
Yeah. We'll let you hear what he said. I asked him a follow-up question later, just on the 4th down philosophy and that whole thing in terms of like the type of, like you mentioned there, the type of plays that they're running on 4th down, what he prefers and how he kind of thinks in those instances. It was, again, it continues to be very informative from these two coordinators. Danny Gonzalez, he gave us a breakdown today. Like again, I've been waiting 17 years to get to get some analysis like we got today from Danny Gonzalez. Just he continues to just to give you every inch of how he sees it on what's happening with this defense and how they're trying to fix it. And going into this week in Colorado, because they got another quarterback who's likely potentially going to run the ball. It's like he said. Well, and it's funny. It's like the blueprint. Deion walked into his press conference after they got whooped by Utah and said, "Well, we just laid the blueprint out for them. Blitz us, blitz us, blitz us." And it's the same thing for U of A. For 2 straight games now, the blueprint is out there. Run the ball with the quarterback up the middle. Run the ball with the quarterback up the middle. Quarterback power, as Danny Gonzalez has said today. He said if he's never done anything in his career or this season, he's going to stop the quarterback power.
He also,
which we've seen the last
literally said the exact same thing. He said, if I was an OC, I would put in quarterback power, even if it's not something they run right now, if looking at film of the last 2 weeks of Arizona football games.
Right. All right. Welcome, Cricket. You can't see her because, of course, her camera. Her camera is always off. Let's see if we can get her camera back on her. Cricket, welcome to the show.
Thank you, good sir.
I hear that you might have something again for the people. What do we got going on today?
My pockets stuffed full once again today.
That's why you were kind of waddling in here.
Kind of, yeah.
There we go. There we go. Now you can see Cricket.
No.
Wave to the people.
Hello.
Why are your pockets stuffed?
Because I've got tickets galore for you. Ooh. Yeah. The Tucson Roadrunners back this week at the arena taking on the Manitoba Moose. The Moose.
Moose.
I sent one lucky winner yesterday to tonight's game. I've got 6 more tickets for Wednesday night's game.
Boy, you're just like, normally it's like you're giving them out in 2s, but now you're like giving them out. You're giving out 6-packs.
We're big time now,
man. Cricket's got 6-packs. I like that. We got to get a sounder for that.
Yes, we do.
Cricket's got 6-packs.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got? Who's getting these?
Well, if you are caller 1 right now at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, I'm sending you to see the Roadrunners Tucson, the American League affiliate for the first place Utah Mammoth. How about that?
How about that?
How about
The
that?
Mammoth are in first place in the National Hockey League. I mean, it's like bust them up. First place Mammoth. That's nuts.
Yeah. So,
I think, when's the last time we were in first place?
I don't know. Well, we finally have a parent club that knows how to play some hockey, eh?
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
Right?
They can finally play.
Uh-huh.
Good to see.
Yes,
they're
this-
playing
finally,
tonight. They're
yes.
playing tonight in Edmonton, by the way. Edmonton, they're 8-2. They've won 7 in a row. They'll be up in Edmonton tonight.
All right.
We'll see if we can win 8 in a row.
Excellent. And
Yes.
again, caller 1-520-848-1290. Get 6 tickets to Wednesday night's games with Face-Off at 6:30. Good luck.
All right. Who is going to the game? It is Geraldo. You're on DK on the Sports Tip. Geraldo, congratulations. Cricket just gave you 6 tickets to tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, me and my son we're pumped. Thank you guys.
Wait, your son is with you?
Yeah, he's in the backseat. We're going to the jiu-jitsu practice.
Oh, jiu-jitsu practice. Are you guys big hockey fans?
Yeah, we love hockey. How about That's so cool.
Who's your son's favorite team?
We like Pop the Red Wings. We like the Red Wings, honestly.
Oh, Detroit Red Wings. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you guys
yeah.
from that area, or that's just your team?
I just used to watch them a lot when I was young, when they used to be on NBC on Sundays, and I just got into it with Fedorov and Yzerman and all that.
All right, there you go. Now, Geraldo, you haven't won anything from us lately, have you?
Have not.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you are going to the game tomorrow, so just be sure you get those tickets before 5 o'clock. We close that gate out there, and so I don't want to have you climbing over my gate to try to get some tickets tomorrow after 5 o'clock. So just get here before 5
Not
if you
even.
can.
I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much.
All right, stay on the line, Geraldo. J-Dub's going to get all your information so we can hook you up, and you and your son have fun at the game. Take 4 of his friends.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.
All righty, that's Geraldo going to the game. All right, cricket, giving away tickets. We'll have tickets. Maybe we'll have tickets to some more games coming up this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. So tonight at 6:30 against the Moose. Tomorrow at 6:30 against the Moose down at the stadium. If you missed the arena, I should say. If you missed our conversation with Cameron Hebik, head on over to WildcatsRadio1290.com. We talked to the center. I mean, Cameron, he's playing in his 7th season here with Tucson, which is very unusual, cricket, for minor league hockey, that you get a player for 7 seasons. Hockey like baseball, you might get them for 1 or 2. Hockey, though, is a little bit different. You can sometimes get guys that'll play in one city on the minor league level for a long time. But even 7 seasons is almost unheard of for a guy to play on one team. So Cameron Hebik is he's like the ceiling out there at the arena. He's been there a long time. All right, cricket is getting you home now every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Wetmore and Stone Avenue, that was a vehicle into a tree and then a vehicle fire at Stone Avenue and Wetmore. Other collisions at Speedway and Stone, River Road and Campbell, some northbound and westbound slowing. Earlier major collision at Park Avenue and Ajo Way. Still expect restrictions and a lot of slowdowns in the area. Ajo and Park Avenue. 61 the low, clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can
can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
Or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance might be the easiest part of owning a home. Definitely easier than this.
Psst, honey. Honey! What? Shh, there's a salesman walking up the driveway. Oh no, he's got a clipboard. What do we do? Get down. Down? On the floor, you... Shoot, did he see us? Why are you breathing so loud?
Home ownership isn't easy, but with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, shopping for home insurance is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
What's up, guys? David Pollack here, former Georgia Bulldog, former analyst with College Game Day, and host of my new show, See Ball, Get Ball. I'm a defensive lineman. That's why that's the name. You see the ball, you go get it. We're going to dive deep into college football. We're going to break down film. We'll have bold takes, real conversations with the biggest names in the sport every single week. If you eat, sleep, and breathe college football like I do, man, I promise you, See Ball, Get Ball is for you. So do me a favor. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on, with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th Gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
I'm Bill Rutter with the Sports Minute. Shohei Ohtani is already the greatest baseball player that we've ever laid eyes on. His latest accomplishment also stakes a claim to the best individual baseball performance in history. He got on base 9 times against the Blue Jays, had 2 home runs, was 4 for 4, and drove in 3. A World Series would certainly make it even more easy to crown Ohtani the greatest of all time, but the fact is, he's probably already that. I'm Bill Rutter.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text it as at that number. Talk much. Monday Night Football last night was a game that featured the Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs. It was a tight game early, but kind of got away from Washington late.
Chiefs on the move again.
Almost feels like death by 1,000
Yeah,
cuts. You
isn't
know
that
what
the
I
truth?
mean? Like it's just 3 yards here and 4 yards there and 7 yards here and nothing big, and they just lull you to sleep and just keep making plays. This 5-minute drive already.
Pacheco, the back, 2nd down, 6. Chiefs at the Washington 10. Shotgun snap. Oh, here comes a 4-man rush. He looks left. Now flush from the pocket. Line drive, end zone, caught. Touchdown. A 2-handed helmet. I grab Kelsey. A yard deep in the end zone. Touchdown. And that is his 80th of his career. His Hall of Fame career.
Travis Kelce, 6 catches, 99 yards, had a touchdown last night. The Chiefs beat the Commanders and Bill 28-7. Bill, as in Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Washington was playing without Jaden Daniels because they were a little bit hamstrung. Ja'Cory only 9 carries for 25 yards in the game last night. Again, it's been tough sledding for this Washington club that it played so well last year. Last 2 weeks out for Ja'Cory, just a combined 58 yards after he had 61 yards in that game, that Monday night game against the Bears, which they lost by 1. He's only had outings of 33 and 25 in losses to Dallas and Kansas City. Now 3 consecutive losses for the Washington Commanders.
Just 13 more to go.
Exactly.
Kelsey's got 80. And Gronkowski is 93.
I don't know that he's I don't know. Because
they're not the same player. Gronkowski's far more athletic, but as far as like impactful tight ends in the last 20 years, DK, it's those two guys' names who's come up. And I've seen them together quite a bit. I know Gronk has joined the Kelsey's Brothers podcast quite a few times. I'm sure that number 93. Now, Gronk had 1 rushing. I'm not sure how many Kelsey has rushing, but 93 was the total. And we remember how many games Gronk missed.
Yeah.
I think his second year, third year, he had like, what? It seemed like one or two a game. So his early pace was Jerry Rice-ish, but yeah, finished up with 93 on his career.
So he has 2 rushing touchdowns, does Travis Kelce, in his career. He had in back-to-back seasons, 19 and 21, because he did not play. He must have been out he didn't have any running plays at all in 2020. That's what it was. So 19 and 21. So he's got
young
2
tight ends get the ball rushing. Older tight ends don't get the ball rushing.
Not so much. All right. So last night we had the Commanders plus 11.5 points, courtesy of our BetMGM Network top plays. And once again, that did not work out. Well, we punted on the Chiefs over the Commanders, which on the money line, because, again, it was the minus 600. So we were only going to win like $2, less than $2. So we didn't even take that bet there. But we did take Commanders plus 11.5, and obviously the Chiefs won by 21. So they easily cover that line. So we lost on that. We did, however, win on the rushing. Marcus Mariota, we had Marcus Mariota over 25 yards in this game, and Marcus Mariota actually finished with over 25 yards. He had 8 carries for 28 yards. So we just got the over on that one. So we had a win and a loss last night in terms of our BetMGM Network top plays. What do we have tonight for you? It's basketball. Let's find out.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Let's make some dollars with Domantas Sabonis. So the Kings stat sheet stuffer should wax that glass Tuesday night in OKC. So far this season, the Thunder have allowed the second most opponent rebounds per game at over 50 per contest. No matter what the number is, I'm investing in the alt market and maybe 15 or more boards. That's significant. Plus money. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
So Domantas Sabonis tonight, if in the game against the Thunder, Sacramento is going on the road to take on the Thunder. 15-plus rebounds tonight for Domantas Sabonis. And that's one of Tommy's guys, right? Wasn't
yes.
He was a Gonzaga dude,
He
right?
was, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will point out something flawed in that logic. What he said there was their opponents are averaging 50 boards a night. Do you know the context behind that?
What's the
OKC
context?
became the first team in NBA history to start off with 2 double overtime games in their first 2 games, DK. That's an extra 20 minutes of gameplay. Obviously, they gave up a lot of rebounds. 2 double overtime games to start the season. So that stat does not say that Oklahoma City gives up a lot of rebounds. It just says that they've played a lot of extra minutes so far this year.
Okay, so flawed thinking there by our guy Brad Evans.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, so Domantas Sabonis this season, they have played 2 games. They only played 2 games? Yeah, 2 games. They lost to the Lakers and they beat the Utah Jazz. 14 rebounds and 12 rebounds. So, again, he's got double-digit rebounds in both of the games so far this season, and back-to-back double-doubles. 15, though, that could be asking a lot, but we'll see what happens. 15 rebounds for Domantas Sabonis. We'll take that tonight.
Back-to-back, this would be the 4th consecutive year Domantas Sabonis led the NBA in rebounding if he were to do it. He's led the NBA in rebounds per game the last 3 years.
Pretty impressive.
So that's what he does.
Yeah. No, we'll take that, and that bet is at plus 180, so that we'll take a plus money bet if we can get it, but that's asking a lot. 15 rebounds. We'll see what happens on that coming up for Domantas Sabonis. All right, we're going to talk some more NBA in the 5 o'clock hour because some pretty impressive things have been happening for Arizona Wildcats in the league in just this first week of the season. 2 incredible feats by a couple of guys that played during the Sean Miller era. We'll get into that in the 5 o'clock hour as well. Let's see here. Let's though let you hear right now. Well, we'll push that back. We're gonna let you hear from Tetro McMillan, but we'll hear from Tetro McMillan coming up. We'll hear from Tetro McMillan coming up in the next hour. Let's, however, though, get you your Panthers report here for today.
This Panther update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
That wasn't us. I'm Anish Shroff with this Panthers update.
Charlotte's momentum has a name, UNC Charlotte. 32,000 students strong, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities, recognized at the highest level for research, unmatched access to Fortune 500 companies, built for a top-tier city. This isn't typical higher ed. The difference is scale. The difference is momentum. The difference is Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
Quick throw, retro, makes the catch for the touchdown.
Wildcats Radio 1290 is your home this NFL season for the Carolina Panthers.
Kicks it left.
Oh, hit him!
Loose. We got it. The Panthers cover it up near midfield.
Oh, my God.
Catch Arizona football alum Tetro McMillan and South Point Catholic High School grad Lathan Ransom all season long right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
That was the refrain following Carolina's 40-9 loss on Sunday to the Buffalo Bills. During Carolina's 3-game win streak, the Panthers were able to run the ball effectively, stop the run, and take care of the football. Head coach Dave Canales says none of those things happened on Sunday.
Stopping the run, getting our run game going on the offensive side, and then the turnovers. This is just football that we're not used to. And we just have to look at that and say, look, this was not the brand of football that's led to the success that we've had. Let's get back to what we were doing before so that we can get this thing back on track.
The Panthers watched the Bills score 34 unanswered points at one point to turn a 6-3 game into a 40-3 game before the Panthers scored a late touchdown from Chuba Hubbard. Dave Canales says, win or lose, the process
stays the same.
The most important thing for us as a staff is to point to things, tangible things that we can correct, and we have to focus on those things. And if we do, we'll continue to move our football forward. We took a step back today in terms of taking care of it and stopping the run. We got to get back on track to playing the type of ball that Panthers are used to.
Panthers back in action on Sunday to take on the Packers at Lambeau. I'm Anae Schroff on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte, built for a top-tier city. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
All right, Cardinals, I should say Panthers will play this weekend against the Packers. You'll hear that game coming up. It'll be after the turn of the clock, so the games now that once began at 10 will begin at 11 in that early NFL window. Our coverage will begin at 10 with the Panthers pregame show countdown to kickoff on the road at Green Bay. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Again, coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll dive into some feats by Arizona basketball alums so far through the first week of the NBA. If you want to talk about the Wildcats game last night against Embry-Riddle, if you were there, we'd love to hear about that. 520-848-1290. Are you headed out to the Roadrunners tonight? Tonight in Tucson, we've got hockey. The Tucson Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose at the arena at 6:30. Roadrunners 3-2-1 to start this season. They are the triple American League Hockey League affiliate of the Utah Mammoth, who have won 7 straight. Mammoth will be looking for an 8th straight win tonight up in Edmonton against the Oilers. And going back to that NBA thing, unfortunately, those feats have been happening against your Phoenix Suns the last few weeks. So we'll tie that into some of these feats as well coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Slowing on eastbound I-10 approaching Ajo Kino. Major crash occurred earlier at Park Avenue and Ajo Way. We've got some backups for travel Kino Parkway near Ajo Way. It's road work there. And also on northbound 6th Avenue approaching I-10. Wreck reported in the foothills at River and Campbell and River Road. And for your weather, 61 the low, clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, everybody. Gary, why are you wearing a... Hold on, Ron. Every time Gary walks in here wearing some goofy costume, you always say, Gary, why are you wearing that? Yeah, but... And then it turns into some long-winded story about Alaskifications. Yeah, but... Then Gary says something ridiculous. Yeah, but... And you agree that an Alaskification before winter is the best way to prepare for cold weather. Yeah, but... And how Alaskan AC guarantees no breakdowns. Yeah, but... And all it does is encourage Gary to walk around wearing a stupid-looking ski mask that no person in his right mind would get caught dead wearing. Yeah, but he's wearing my ski mask.
Keeping my head protected, just like the Alaskification protects your heater.
My ski mask isn't stupid looking. Look who's wearing it. I choose to ignore that remark. Because you know another one is coming. Take off that stupid ski mask. See?
And that's why you should schedule your Alaskification today.
What did we accomplish here? I'm not sure, but today is a good day to Alaskify. Schedule now at alaskanac.com.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now.
Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
How do you thank the heroes who serve and protect us every day? Come to the 5th annual Rockin' for Heroes free concert Sunday, November 9th in Oro Valley. Gates open at 1 p.m. Enjoy live classic rock, food trucks, and beverages too. Come celebrate our first responders, active duty military, veterans, and Gold Star families. Admission is free. We'll bring a chair and we'll see you there, November 9th in Oro Valley. You can get more information at rockinforheroes.org. Proudly sponsored by HSL Properties.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 3 on this Tuesday, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. No Arizona football this past weekend, so we will not chat with our guy Glenn Howell today. Glenn gets the day off. But in case you missed our announcement yesterday, we're going to be doing our pregame show this Saturday ahead of the game at Colorado. We're going to be doing our show from the home of longtime Arizona Wildcats track and field director Fred Harvey. So we're looking forward to that over at what he likes to call Little Mexico, his house right there by the U of A campus. So looking forward to doing the pregame show this week over there. And then next week we'll have an announcement coming up here shortly about another exciting thing we've got going on for homecoming, for the pregame show on homecoming Saturday. So lots to hang out and be cool about the next couple of weeks.
Personally, DK, I'm just really happy that Coach got his roof fixed because he was displaced for quite a long time.
Yeah, he did. They got that all taken care of. He's putting together his home office. I was over there this past weekend just kind of hanging out for a little bit, and he has got he's got there's a magazine it's called Track and Field Magazine. He's got copies of this magazine going back to the 1970s.
My dad had a subscription. My dad, as a surgeon, what he did was he had subscriptions to 100 magazines, and then he would read through them all, every single one, cover to cover, and then he would bring them into his office to put into the waiting room. So, yeah, we had track and field magazines in the 80s and 90s as well.
So he's got track, and he's also got a collection of Air Force Ones. He collects Air Force Ones, the basketball shoes. So he's got I think he's probably got the majority of those that have ever come out at his house. Good stuff. Looking forward to having the show this Saturday over at Fred Harvey's. If you're interested in coming out, let us know. We'd love to. We are going to have people there to view the show. So if you want to come out to the show, shoot me a message over to my email or studio at wildcatsradio1290.com, and we'll see if we can maybe arrange to have a few folks as well, a few of the listeners as well, come on out and be a part of that celebration coming up this Saturday. All right, we talked in the last half hour about the NBA, and there's been some incredible things happening for Arizona Wildcats in this first week of the season. There have been already I think this is a record for the first week of the season. There have been 4 50-point games in the first week of the NBA season. That is a new record. 4 50-point games. This guy for the Denver Nuggets had one of them.
Rebounded by Hardaway. Tim Hardaway Jr., new member of the Nuggets, as Gordon swishes home a three. Gordon missed 30 games last year due to a calf injury. When healthy, he played like an all-star for a good part of the year. 44% from three, a career high, and 5 for 5 tonight. Pull up three, Aaron Gordon, another one. He's made 9 straight shots. Nice pass, Murray. Valanciunas, extra pass. Gordon hits another three. He's 9 of 10 from behind the arc. Gordon fights through the double and scores, plus a foul. He continues this ascension. This will be a team to reckon with in the West. Gordon all the way to the basket. He's got 50.
50 points. 50 points, y'all, for Aaron Gordon in a basketball game. Came in a loss to the Golden State Warriors. So unfortunately, they didn't win the game. But Aaron Gordon, 17 of 21 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the line, hit 10 3-point shots, 10 of 11 from three. Aaron Gordon, 10 of 11 from three-point land in scoring 50 points last week in a 6-point overtime loss to the Denver Nuggets. I mean, that alone is the most impressive stat, that Aaron Gordon took 11 threes and made 10 of them.
Yeah, I mean, people should know he built a court, right, in his house like 3 years ago, and ever since then he's been getting them up. DK, what if I told you that his previous high was 41, and that took place 9 years ago?
Wow.
So clearly he's deferred. He's on a team full of scorers with the Nuggets. He's not asked to do that. Well, when you start the game 8 for 8 from three, the question was always, from the time I first saw Aaron Gordon as a 14-year-old with the Oakland Soldiers, it's always been a question of, can he develop a consistent outside shot? And to this point, the answer has been no. However, playing with Joker, DK, if you look at his numbers, it's just steadily climbing up and up and up. He's clearly put the work in. His form is very repeatable. And that particular game showed you exactly what he can be in that offense. I mean, Joker's going to command all the attention. They got several guys that could fill it up. So if Aaron Gordon plays the role in the dunker spot, which is what he typically does, and flares out on occasion when there's space and it requires him to do so, and can just gather himself and knock that shot down. He saw the first one go down. He was semi-hesitant, went down. Next ones, he just let it go, and man, what a night.
50 points for Aaron Gordon. They've played 3 games. He's steadily getting better. He's actually steadily going down since then. He's had 50, 17, and 19. So things, they say you come out hot, and now things are only getting worse. So hopefully that's not a trend there.
However, currently Aaron Gordon is averaging more points than Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Cam Thomas, so forth and so on.
34 points, averaging 34 points so far this season for the 2-1 Denver Nuggets. So that was last week. Then last night against the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz game, this guy put in a 50-plus.
It's been a long 10,064 days. Let's see. 50.
Yeah, 50 points for that guy right there, Lauri Markkanen. Let's hear some more of that guy.
Hand off Walker to Keontae. Here's Markkanen. Jumps out for 3. That's a big splash. Another triple. Behind the back pass. Bailey's got it. Passes off. A little turnaround Jay. Sweet shot. Sweet bucket by Markkanen. Tied once again to 57. Markkanen holds it home. Timeout. Jordan Knott. He'll put his shoulder down. Nice drive. Comes up short. Grabs the rebound. Puts it up. Tapped up. Once, twice, and in.
Lowry's there cleaning it up. 7-footer doing his job.
Oh, beautiful, strong move, Markkanen.
This right here is just a fearless bucket. Look, I put all the work in the weight room. I'm going through you in this area.
Markkanen turns, fires, drills it. Triple. It's been a long 10,064 days. Let's see. 50. A career high for Markkanen.
What an overtime win for you guys tonight. A new career high for you, 51 points. First 50-point game for a Jazz player since Karl Malone. I mean, what does that sound like to you?
The win sounds even better now. Unreal fan base. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done in the regulation, but we fought it. We fought through it, played defense, and we grinded it out. So big win for us.
So Lauri Markkanen. Now Lauri's 50 piece came in a win, 51 points, 14 of 32 from the field, 6 of 13 for three. So not as good a 3-point shooting game as Aaron Gordon. 17 for 17 though from the line was Lauri Markkanen. 51 points, 14 rebounds as the Jazz last night beat the Suns 138 to 134. So there have been four 50-point games so far this season. Aaron Gordon, Lauri Markkanen have 2 of those. Austin Reeves and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have the other 2. So Arizona Wildcats with 2 of the 4 50-point games, 4 50-point games in the first week. First time that's ever happened in the NBA.
Yeah, I read something like 17 40-point games, DK, through the first, and that's a record through first 4 games. So, I mean, the scoring is definitely up. The individual scoring is definitely up.
So why is that, do you think?
Well, the game is just much more spread out. There's so many skilled players. The issue is in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, DK, you would have 2 or 3 skilled offensive players and 2 guys who are there to rebound, set screens, and throw punches if needed.
Now everybody can shoot.
The modern NBA is 5 guys who can shoot, 5 guys who can drive, 5 guys who can do everything. And that's the way that a lot of modern teams are set up. So if you think about it like that, if you're a guy who has to guard Lauri Markkanen, and there's 4 other threats on the court, you have much less of a chance to come off of him to go help defenders because he's going to knock down shooter. Lauri is a guy we all expected to score 50 or more at some point in his NBA career because that's just what he does. I mean, you talk about 3-level scorer, he is the epitome of that. I did look it up. First of all, did you hear what she said there? First time since Karl Malone?
Yeah.
1998, DK, is the last time that a Utah Jazz player scored 50 before last night. So that's what Lauri put his name into the record books. Jason Terry, 46 was his career high. Bibby, 44. Richard Jefferson, 42. Sean Elliott, 41. Damon Stoudemire and Gilbert Arenas before this week are the only 2 NBA players from the U of A who had scored over 50. Gilbert did it 3 times, and Damon did it once with the Blazers. He had 54.
There you go. So the 3rd and 4th Wildcats to do so. Score 50 points in the NBA. That's really cool.
Be remiss if I didn't also mention Mr. Benedict Mathurin, who in the opening night had 36 himself. He also took 17 free throws in that game. Obviously, in a world where Tyrese Halliburton, coming off the NBA Finals, is going to be out for the entire season, Benedict Mathurin is going to be called upon to do a little bit more ISO. The flow offense they ran last couple of years isn't quite there without Hallie on the court. So it's going to be a lot of Pascal Siakam and Benedict Mathurin ISO stuff. So this may finally be the first year that Benedict Mathurin is called upon to be one of the go-to guys. His head coach is one of those old school guys Rick Carlisle, who likes to let players, get comfortable in the NBA before asking them to be one of the guys. He always lets, younger players find their way. But Ben had a little bit of a toe issue, so he missed the last game.
So, and he's not going to play tonight either, dealing with what is being labeled as a right great toe sprain. Benedict out of tomorrow night's game at Dallas. So he will not play tomorrow night.
It's hard to make hard cuts in those Air Force Ones if you've got a big toe issue.
So let's hear first from Aaron Gordon on his 50-point performance.
Nope. I don't have that one, DK. But what I do have is Aaron Gordon's 360 dunk that you wanted me to pull from the Suns, and we'll come back. Yeah,
we'll come back to that.
Joker talking about it.
We'll come back to that. Let's hear. So that game yesterday came against the Suns. The game by Lowry. Let's hear from Jordan Ott on that performance.
Yet another slow start for the Suns, DK. It's become a big issue for that team.
I think that's a little unique. I know some teams are moving that direction, but this is a little unique with marketing and flip. Like those guys are 3 to 4, but can still stretch the floor. That's unique. Yeah, I mean, Markkanen's a great player. It's just the 17 free throws. We got to somehow figure out the free throw stuff. Just too many easy ones. He happens to make every single one of them. So, yeah, I think they're a big team. That's some of what they do. They're a really good offensive rebounding team. They were last year top 10. This year top 5. That's what they do. That's one of their strengths.
I think, Coach, you talked before about getting off to a good start, and then I'm sure you looked at the board like, okay, we're down 19-2. I mean, what's going through the mind when you're seeing shots not being made and then them going on a run and hit like 5-6 threes there?
Yeah, we got to figure that part out. That was part of the talk there in the locker room. Can't put us in a hole like that. This is the NBA, and I know teams go on runs, but that is a big hole to overcome, especially right off the bat. Again, we'll stick to a process, like how good were our shots, how good were theirs, did we have enough possessions in those early minutes? But yeah, we got to be better there.
So the Suns have now fallen to 1-3 after that loss last night, and again giving up a lot of points in these games. 34 though by Devin Booker in the contest, 23 from Grayson Allen, 25 off the bench though from Mark Williams in 31 minutes, but not enough to get the road win in Phoenix. In Salt Lake City.
And these slow starts have been a fixture all 4 games. The Suns have found themselves in a big deficit. Even the win, DK, that they had over the Kings, they were down by 17 at halftime. 17-point deficit at halftime. Now, you might expect that if you look at the roster because they're all new, right? I mean, KD's not coming through that door. Like, Nurkic is gone. There's a lot of new faces. Royce O'Neal's still there. But again, working in those players from the Houston trade, brand new coaching staff, it's going to maybe take a little minute or two for them to figure it out, the cohesion and the connectivity that you need because guess what? They're in the West, and there are a ton of contenders. They got to see every single night. So not surprised they've fallen back, but they got to watch out because at 1-3, if they get into, they're digging themselves a hole in every game. If they dig themselves a hole in the standings, it's going to be a long season for Suns fans.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Don't forget to head on over to Twitter at Wildcats1290. Vote in our poll. Our question of the day today, were you awake? Were you awake when Freddie Freeman ended Game 3 of the World Series last night with a walk-off home run in the 18th inning? Coming up, Danny Gonzalez. I asked Danny Gonzalez a question today about his run defense, and he had a very, very interesting response to that question. You will hear that coming up next. DK on the Sports Tip, Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported. Oracle and Suffolk reported as a hit and run. Suffolk and Oracle. Grant and Wilmot. Wilmot and Grant Road also crash on Sabino Canyon south of Cloud Road. 64 the low with clear skies. Sunny, 89 tomorrow and 87 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
How do you thank the heroes who serve and protect us every day? Come to the 5th annual Rockin' for Heroes free concert Sunday, November 9th in Oro Valley. Gates open at 1 p.m. Enjoy live classic rock, food trucks, and beverages too. Come celebrate our first responders, active duty military, veterans, and Gold Star families. Admission is free. We'll bring a chair and we'll see you there, November 9th in Oro Valley. You can get more information at rockinforheroes.org. Proudly sponsored by HSL Properties.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
a neighborly company.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. The U.S. soccer team is ranked 2nd in the world, and they just played a pair of friendlies against Portugal. After dropping the first contest last Thursday, the Americans responded with a 3-1 victory over the weekend. The U.S. was led in the win by Olivia Moultrie, who scored 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes. U.S. coach Emma Hayes made several changes to Sunday's lineup and had 3 teenagers in the starting 11. Hayes led the Americans to a gold medal at last year's Olympics, and she knows how to push the right buttons for her squad.
I'm really, really pleased with the mentality, most importantly, of the group to recover, but also dominate the game in the way I expect and demand.
Westwood One has full coverage of the national team's next friendly, which is tomorrow at 7:45 Eastern against New Zealand. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Need to sell your house fast? Whether you're facing foreclosure, stuck with bad tenants, or just ready for a fresh start, House Buyer Network can help. We buy homes as is for cash. No fees, no commissions, no repairs. Get a fair cash offer in just 24 hours and close in as little as 7 days. Call 833-719-5877 now for your free no-obligation offer. That's 833-719-5877. House Buyer Network. Fast cash, no hassle.
Offers are typically below market value in exchange for speed and convenience. Call for details.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, I got a chance for you to win $1,000. A chance for you to win $1,000. That is coming up. It's our 5K a day giveaway. 5 chances throughout the day for you to win $1,000, $1,000 in your hand. Tomorrow's the last day, so we are down to our last $6,000 here. All right, I'm going to give you a keyword coming up here in a few. Before we get out of here, we've got you till the top of the hour. Brent Brennan radio show tonight from the Union Public House coming up for you at 6 o'clock with Brian Jeffries. I'll give you a keyword before we get out of here at the top of the hour. Also, I've got a sweet deal for you. How about this coming up Friday, as we normally do, Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., WildcatsRadio1290.com. We've got a sweet deal for you. Music at the Patch, the Marana Pumpkin Patch. Even though Halloween will be over this weekend, the fun does not end. We've got Music at the Patch. That's going to be November the 14th and the 15th. You can get a general admission ticket, good for either day, for just $12.50. Normally, these general admission tickets cost $25. It's the first annual Music at the Patch Music Festival. Coming up, 2 days of music featuring Sunset Red, Gigi and the Glow. Have you ever seen Gigi perform, J-Dub?
Yes.
Really good.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Gigi, she brings it. Gigi and the Glow, the Dirt 80s, Hair Metal Tribute Band. That sounds fun. Alan Jackson Tribute, Johnny Cash Tribute, AZZ Top. I like that. AZZ Top. Like Arizona ZZ Top Tribute Band. I like that. Country Divas Tribute and Kenny Chesney Tribute. So you got a bunch of tribute bands that are going to be out there along with Sunset Red and Gigi and the Glow. RV and camping is available because, again, this is a 2-day event, November the 14th and the 15th. You can get more information at musicatthepatch.com. That is a sweet deal. It's going to go on sale for you this Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., WildcatsRadio1290.com for Music at the Patch Music Festival at the Marana Pumpkin Patch, November the 14th and the 15th.
So what tribute band would you be in?
Me. Wow.
I mean, we know you like house music and yacht rock, but like if you had to pick a band to be a cover band for.
If I was going to be in a tribute band, it would probably be like Run DMC.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd probably pick like some ska band from the 90s, like Sublime or something like that.
Okay.
Ska. Sublime, man. Sublime's was a great band before they tragically weren't a band.
Right. Yeah. Run DMC would probably be the first, because I can't really sing, but I could probably rap and not embarrass myself. I can't freestyle. I was never able to really.
Could you
freestyle.
walk around with chains that big around you, though?
I could probably do. I think I've worked out enough that I wouldn't. My neck wouldn't hurt too much. Yeah, sure, I could do that for sure. Yeah,
man, who doesn't love Run DMC? Come on, change the game.
Maybe, yeah, absolutely.
I was there for that too.
Maybe we'll do. A question of the day on that.
I will say my sister Laura, who is 9 years older than me, and she's like she's the coolest person I've ever met. She was bigger Public Enemy fan at the time. Yeah.
They were good too back in the 90s. So your sister's my age. She's maybe a little bit older than I am. So we came up around the same time listening to the same stuff.
Good music.
It was for sure. All right, we were talking about Aaron Gordon in the last segment and his 50-point performance. But that was not the play this past weekend that had everybody's jaws on the ground.
Poor Suns, man. This also happened against the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Jokic to Gordon. And a
60 spin. Wow. Aaron Gordon, the pass was a little bit slow getting there, but he whirly-birded.
The calf's okay.
Wow. That is a #1 highlight on SportsCenter tonight.
I got to ask you about the dunk, the 360. Yoke throws it up to you. What made you want to make it a little spicier out there?
I was trying to get on top 10.
He's got it with the little tune and everything in there. I've got to put this up. I'm going to put this up right now. If you're watching on one of our many video streams, we're on Twitch and we're on YouTube. We're not on Facebook. Maybe I'll get into that tomorrow because that's a whole little fiasco. How I've essentially gotten locked out of the Facebook in terms of I can't log on to the Facebook account. Apparently, there's this thing that's going on with Facebook. It's been going on for over a year, involving their what do they call it? The two thing identification, whatever they call it. 2F,
yes,
2 whatever that is. So I never set that up, but now it's like I only have it. I only have the station Facebook account on my phone. Like I have it on my phone. I can post stuff from my phone. I can look at stuff on my phone on that account, but I can't log on anywhere else. Like I can't log on from the computer or the laptop, and I have to be able to do that in order to have the settings to be able to stream. So we're not currently streaming on Facebook, and you can't get answers from anybody on any of this stuff. Like you can't, there's no customer service right now for Facebook. So if anybody's had this problem and knows how to fix it, please let me know. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. I literally, Sunday, I spent probably an hour on YouTube watching different videos to try to see if I could solve this problem. And and each one takes you to a step, and there was a step I couldn't get to.
Yeah, it's a loop.
I couldn't get to the step that they were telling me I needed to get to even file a form or put something else in, and then there's a picture ID, and I'm I can't even get to that step where I can do that. It won't let me get
It's common,
there,
the two-factor is what it's called, two-factor
authentication.
Exactly. Yeah, that situation
Right.
you just labeled out, where a company does not have that installed and you've been a customer of theirs for a while, or you have an email account with them or whatever, and they install that two-factor, well, guess what? If you don't meet that deadline that they have, then you essentially have an account that doesn't have two-factor, and they now require two-factor to get in. So I've been caught in that loop a few times with a couple of different internet companies over the last 20 years. If you ever get a notice that says we do have two-factor authentication coming up, make sure you meet that deadline.
All right, so if you're watching on one of our accounts, I've got it up now. The video, if you did not see the video of Aaron Gordon and this dunk, it's unbelievable, the 360 move. So not only is he shooting threes now, but he's still doing acrobatic things. And Joker, I mean, that's why Joker has triple doubles, because he can throw the ball. That was maybe the one thing, and just to get back to tie in U of A last night, that was the one thing I thought they tried at times a little bit too hard to run that high-low action with Krivas, and it just wasn't it was almost like he was trying to force it in there, and I don't want to see him forcing the ball down there to Tobe Awaka.
No, and who did have a nice two-game was Pete and Tobe Awaka. They had a couple of nice connections, but you're right. I mean, I think it was Matt Muehlbach last year who talked about how that two-man game that Tommy Lloyd likes to run so much requires a Azuolas Tubelis type player throwing the pass. Why? Because you have to be a knockdown 14, 15-foot jump shooter.
Right.
You have to be a threat from that passing spot to draw the defense up to get that high-low pass. But DK, I mean, they got so much size on this team. If it's Awaka, Pete, Krivas, there's a lot of guys, Karchenkov even, there's a lot of dudes with some size and length that you might see a little more two-man game than you did last year with Townsend, who, as good as he was maybe 6'5", right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, let's hear from Joker on that 360 pass and dunk to his guy, Aaron Gordon.
When you threw up the pass to AG, did you know he was going to 360?
No, that's all him. He's a freak of nature, a freak of athleticism, whatever, and he looks my pass look make my pass look good.
What would you score it?
Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That looked really good, especially from my angle. I know he's like 10 for sure.
They need a joke. He needed Joker as one of the judges during that dunk contest with Levine.
Oh,
back
God.
AutoNation, Honda, and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Collisions reported Grant and Wilmot, Speedway at I-10, and also in Oro Valley, Oracle, and Suffolk and Oracle. Slowing both directions on Irvington at I-19, the southbound I-19 Irvington frontage road, southbound 19 frontage road approaching Irvington for more backups. 61 the low, clear skies, sunny, 89 tomorrow, and 87 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Right now, when you buy more carpet at the Home Depot, you save more. During our Buy More, Save More event going on now. Upgrade your carpeting with top brands, then let us install it for you with prices starting at just 49 cents per square foot. Select from a wide assortment of carpet to fit your room, lifestyle, and budget during the Buy More, Save More event at the Home Depot. Offer valid October 16th through November 2nd, 2025. Base price for standard installations only. Excludes Traffic Master and stock carpet. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Out here, the bright lights show you who's ready and who's just talking. AT&T's been steady in the pocket since 1876. Take T-Mobile. They talk a big game about price locks, then get smacked for deceptive ads. 150 years of playing it straight tends to show. AT&T. When you compare, there's no comparison.
Based on RootMetrics United States Roots Report 1H 2025. Tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T. Based on advertising challenges of wireless and home internet providers filed from 2022 to 2025.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, I have got coming up for you a chance to win $1,000. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up before the top of the hour. We've got the Brent Brennan Radio Show from Union Public House at 6:05 with Brian Jeffries. That'll be coming up for you. So I've got a chance for you to win $1,000. We're down to our final 6 chances to win $1,000. 1 more today and 5 tomorrow. So I'll give you 2 more tomorrow. 2 more live chances tomorrow on the show. To win $1,000, the final 2 chances in our 5K a day giveaway. All right, we had a chance to hear from the Arizona Wildcats coordinators today. We played you a little bit from Seth Daggy responding to my question earlier on the 4th and 1 play and the zone read and how he's teaching that. And he said that that was not an option for Noah. It was not Noah's job to zone read that play and try to make something out of it. It was a run play, and there was a missed assignment. MIA, as I think they call it, missed assignment or something of that nature. So we also had a chance to talk to Danny Gonzalez. Now, one of the things that just looking at the tape that's kind of stood out to me, and I tweeted about it last week, was that at times, because Danny is asking his safeties to come up from the backside of the defense, that by the time the ball carrier hits the line of scrimmage, the first line of contact is almost 5 yards away. So imagine that. Imagine I've got the ball, and we're running out, and I hit the 20, and the first defender is not until the 25-yard line. And I got a full head of steam, and we're maybe meeting somewhere between the 20 and the 25, maybe the 23, and I'm going full speed ahead. I'm probably going to get minimum 5 yards out of that, maybe 5 plus, 5 to 8 yards out of that. So I asked Danny today just kind of how what adjustments he's making for this, how he rectifies the fact that at times his defense his second level of his defense is 5 plus yards off the point of attack. Here's what Danny Gonzalez had to say.
Coach, I know a couple weeks ago you talked about how the safeties play into the run game, but there seems like there's a lot of instances where when that ball carrier hits the line of scrimmage, your second level is almost 5 yards away. How do you rectify that when you've got a running back who, if he hits the line, he's not going to have contact for 5 yards, he's going to get 5 to 8 every single time?
I wish we had more time. I would love to sit down with you, David, and we can watch an entire game, and I can show you how full of crap you are. I mean, and that's not being mean. It appears that way at times, and that's how we want it to appear. When you see running backs cutting, and I wasn't being disrespectful to you. Let's have fun. When a guy cuts in the backfield, we're winning. When they're 5 yards downfield, like you said, making cuts, where there were a couple times on that Saturday, we're not. And so the different things that we do up front make it really hard for a running back to see where the hole's going to be and how they're going to cut. Now, we depending on which one, whether it's Dalton, Jen, in the Houston game, our middle linebacker was a true linebacker, probably 85% of the time. They weren't down in there because of some of the different things we were doing with the 3-man front. So the biggest answer to your question is the best success we have is when the running backs are cutting in the backfield because of the different things we're doing up front. We want it to appear like they've got that window, and then all of a sudden that window's gone because a D lineman's coming down that window, because a linebacker stunting through that window, or at times a safety is stunting through that window, and then the bear shows up. He is going to be, you said 5, most of the time he's at 7. And if they read it right with the direction of it, we expect those guys to make tackles for 1 and 2 yard gains. And the majority of, like if you go through the self-scout stuff, 2nd and 7 is really easy to call defenses. 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 5 becomes really difficult. And so to your point, and yes, 5 yards, 2nd and 5 sucks. We have had a great, I mean, we're 15th in the country on first down defense because we don't give up a ton. We're like 4th on 2nd and long because we've been able to, 1, either make incomplete passes because our secondary is so efficient, or 2, we've been good on first down run. We had been really good on 3rd down until BYU. And then the last 2 weeks, we haven't been. We haven't been good enough. I think we're 30%, which is good for like 30th in the country. We were 10th. We need to get back to being that. And the only way that happens, to your credit, is the safeties can't be making tackles at 5 yards. They got to make them at 2 to 3 yards. But we want it to appear like that because when you're identifying whether the middle linebacker is going to be a linebacker or a safety dropping in, that makes it really hard schematically for the offense. And then Jen and Dalton have to make those tackles for 2 yard gains. If they don't, it's really hard to call defense.
That is true. Again, and it goes back to what I said last week. And don't get me wrong. Again, we all love Genesis Smith. We all love what he's doing outside of football. He's doing some great things. He's got foundations. He's helping folks. Everything he did last Christmas, what he's going to do this Christmas. He's doing some great things off the field. But first and foremost, you're a player on the field, and you got to play to that level. I mean, Noah Fafita puts you out there. He put you on Jump Street at the beginning of the season, and he said, you're the best player in this conference. Now, not just defense. Noah said, you're the best player in this conference. And Genesis Smith has not played like that the last 2 games. He's not played like the best player in the conference. And this defense has got to have the best player in the conference. If that's what you are, if that's who you are, you got to be playing like that. If Genesis Smith expects to be a big-time draft pick in April, he can't play like he's played the last 2 games. He's got to play like he was playing the first 4 games of the season. We need that Genesis Smith in Colorado and the rest of this season, not the Genesis Smith we've seen the last 2 weeks. You're the best player. It starts with you. You got to play like it, Genesis. 520-848-1290.
DK, would you like a quick, short thought from Coach Gonzalez on Genesis Smith missing tackles?
Yes, let's hear that.
They've been significant in the last 3 games, and Jen is harder on himself than anybody. And so I think you'll see a different monster on Saturday. And the coaching aspect of that, if you look at our cumulative stats, he's our leading tackler. He's left a bunch out there that are the difference between getting off the field, not getting off the field, winning and losing, and enhancing his opportunity to be a high pick. I mean, the Mel Kiper list came out. He was the 8th best safety. He's better than that, but he's got to prove it. And so he's got 5 weeks to prove it. And I think you'll see a different monster on Saturday.
Let's hope we see a different monster on Saturday, because again, when Danny talks about, the difference, and they both said it, both he and Seth both said it today, the difference between 1 play, 2 plays, with 2 play, and it's the same conversation we had 2 weeks ago with the Arizona Cardinals being 3 plays away from being, 4-1 versus whatever it was when they lost 3 straight games by field goals, 3 plays away from being 5-0 or whatever it was. The conversation today was 2 plays, and Seth Dagey brought it out there, 2 plays from being 6-1. Is this Arizona Wildcats football team? Well, and if Danny will come out and say it's on us, it's on the defense to get those stops so that we can get those 2 plays and be 6-1, then that falls on one of your best players being at the top of his game. And so we've got to have that over the course of these last 5 games from Genesis Smith. Want to get in on that? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Great stuff. If Danny wants to take me in the back room and watch some tape and show me some things, I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
He said, I wish I had more time, DK. I think you have time. I mean, you guys can find some time.
I got plenty of time, Danny. If you want to get together and watch some tape, I'd love to do it. That's what I'm all about. Watching the film, what I see versus what is reality.
I think, most media are salacious looking for headlines, right? And one thing I like about your style of question asking is I think it's more like you're looking for answers for yourself. You've been following football your entire life. You're just curious as to what you see and how that matches up with the way that the coaching staff sees it. So most of the questions I hear you ask are along that same line. Like it seemed like that 4th and 1, this, that, and the other. And so to hear the coaches, both coaches, right? Danny Gonzalez and Coach Lloyd from the basketball side of things, very eager to write some things down on a napkin if you just ask that right question.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's give you your your Casino del Sol replay. Your Casino del Sol replay for today. It's brought to you by Casino del Sol. It is home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. Get around in at Sawilo. They're back open after the reseeding. A lot of the courses are. In fact, tomorrow we'll get into this. We have not talked about this yet this week, but tomorrow we'll get into this. Friday had a chance to get out to a really great event. They have done a lot of remodeling out at Star Pass, which is one of my favorite courses in town. I love playing Star Pass, one of the more beautiful, picturesque courses. It's up high, so there's views down to the city and all of that. And they've totally rebuilt the clubhouse. They've jazzed it up. They took, there used to be a barbecue joint there, barbecue restaurant. They've taken the barbecue restaurant out. They've turned it into kind of a Sonoran style restaurant with a lot of different of the foods that are signature to Southern Arizona. They've redid the fairways. They've redone the greens. And we had a chance to get out there and see a lot of this on Friday afternoon. And so, and I had a chance to talk to a bunch of people. We'll get you some of those interviews. I haven't had a chance to get those up. I'm going to put those up on our YouTube page. So head on over there if you want to hear those later. And we'll bring you some of those tomorrow as well, just to give you a sense of the changes that they made out at Star Pass. We appreciate those folks for inviting us out. They had a little cocktail party as well last Friday night between 5 and 8, a Back to the Future style event. So there's a lot of folks dressed up in their 80s wear. I was not one of them because, I just don't seem to dress up. But it was a really fun event, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's happening at Star Pass coming up in the next few days.
Since you know all these people running around town reseeding, could you have them stop by my street and reseed the 2 giant potholes that we have out in front of our house?
Okay.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, there you go. They are doing some pretty good work on the streets here. I'll give City Hall. I've seen a lot of different work happening on some of these streets. Repaving and whatever you want to call it, getting the blacktop out on some of these streets, making them better. So that there is progress being made there for sure. All right, Casino del Sol replay. Matt Muehlbach, Arizona Wildcat guard, class of 1991, joined us earlier. He was on the play-by-play last night. Reggie Geary, they were on the call of the Wildcats and Embry Riddle. And I asked Matt what he's seen both of these exhibition games so far. What are his biggest takeaways from the Wildcats through these first 2?
I think when you're sitting down there and you're seeing them up close and shoot around or in warm-ups, just their size. It's an astoundingly big and strong team. I mean, they were big and strong last year. And then they needed to be. I thought Tommy Lloyd did a great job. Putting his GM hat on and kind of putting a team together that was ready for the Big 12, that could compete at the Big 12 level with that kind of physicality. And he did a great job of it last year, and I think he's improved on it this year. You think if Trey Townsend was at the 4, well, if you put a Waka or a Coapete at the 4, that's even bigger and stronger. And you think of like just the inside presence of Krivas, Waka, Coapete. It is extremely stout inside, and even guys like Burries. I walked next to him in the layup line last night. I couldn't believe how big and strong he was. Aristode looks like he's been in the weight room for 4 years already, and he's been here for 4 weeks. So.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a guy like Dwayne Aristode. He looks the part for a young guy, like you mentioned, kind of bigger, stronger looking. Looks maybe more like a junior than he does a freshman, which is interesting because Matt. One of the things we keep hearing is these guys don't do a lot of weight training, or really aren't. They're not like gym rats in the term of workout rats in high school. But a lot of these guys seem like they come in with a pretty good frame.
I think they have the frame. I think, Chris Rounds has done an incredible job with the strength and training. And not only does he do a great job, but some of the gains that these guys have in like record time periods, but remember, a lot of them come in the summer now. So they probably in some ways have been working out longer than we think. And they go at it, they go hard, and then probably a little bit of maintenance, during the season. But with that said, look, it's a new team. They lost 4 of their 5 scorers, top scorers. They lost their alpha scorer in Caleb Love.
Right.
So I think there will be some, there's going to be some times that they're going to try to grow and figure out kind of the roles of the players, right? And there's so many good players on that team. Who becomes kind of the go-to guy? Who's going to be their high scorer? I'm not sure. I would even not sure who that is right now. Is it Jaden Bradley? Is it Burries? I think one of those 2 guys could easily fit that. But there's still some time, and it's going to be tough because they're obviously going to be playing a great schedule. So they're going to be doing that during the period of playing some pretty awesome teams, which will be fun. And Reggie made a good point last night. He said the schedule lines up pretty cool because they play like a really hard team, and then they have a couple mid-majors they should be able to win. Of course, those are never easy, and then they play a really difficult. So they kind of have this like back and forth, and they put the schedule together or put it together very smartly.
All right, that was Matt Muehlbach. We had him on the show earlier today. That is your Casino del Sol replay, brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. All right, I promised you a chance to win $1,000. So here it comes right now. It's our 5K a day giveaway. We have given away. So this started like 5. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full weeks, 6 full weeks because we had the 2 days, Thursday and Friday to start, and then Monday, Wednesday to end this. So what if my U-High math is correct, J-Dub? That's $30,000 we've given away, right? 6 weeks of 5 a day. Is that
6 times 5 times 5?
So every week is 5 times 5 is 25. So actually, it's 6 times 25. So what's that? That's how much? I don't know. That's
140.
140. So
150.
150. So that's 15. My math is horrible right now. That's 15. How much have we given away? Do you know the number?
150 is how many times we've given them away, and it's 1,000 each.
So 150,000?
That would be correct.
Oh my God. Okay, more money than I thought.
5,000 a day for 6 weeks.
For 6
5
weeks.
days a week.
Yeah. So $150,000 we've given away, are going to give away, including tomorrow. So here's your final keyword for today. So get ready to text to 95819 this national keyword. Right now, it is GAIN. 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 Text GAIN right now to 95819. Your chance to win $1,000 in our 5K a day giveaway. We've got 5 more chances tomorrow. Tomorrow's the final day of this giveaway, so you'll have 5 chances tomorrow. I'll give you 2 of those chances live here on the show. 1 chance between 3 and 4, another chance between 4 and 6 for your final 2 chances to win $1,000 in our 5K a day giveaway. So how about that? Nobody's giving you money the way the DK. So I'm giving you money, giving you $1,000 a day. Cricket's giving you tickets. She's giving away 12 tickets to see the Roadrunners in the last 2 days. Okay, so you get stuff when you listen to DK on the sports stuff. So sports tips. So be sure to do that every single day.
Some knowledge, too, every once in a while.
You get knowledge. Yeah, we try to give you knowledge.
For instance, did you know my favorite Arizona basketball team I ever watched?
Coach is saying that I'm full of crap.
No, well, not that. My favorite basketball team I ever watched at the U of A after all these years is still the 87-88 team. That was Matt Muehlbach's freshman year.
Right.
Could you imagine? So your freshman year on campus is the first trip ever to the Final Four.
Yeah.
You play with guys like Kerr, Sean Elliott, and so forth, into Chris Mills, and you wind up with Damon Stoudemire on your team at the end. It was a good 4-year stretch. The only player still to never lose a game at home in his 4 years on campus.
Crazy for sure, Matt Muehlbach. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks to our guy, J.W. Madden over there, Dragon Ball off today, cricket as well. Matt Muehlbach for joining us. As most of all, though, thanks to you for listening. My name's David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow on DK on the Sports Tip right here at 3 o'clock. Enjoy Brett Brennan and Brian Jeffries. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions at a reported Speedway and I-10, Speedway at I-10, Ajo and I-10, Oro Valley, Oracle, and Suffolk, and a crash that occurred at Grant Road in Wilmot. 61 and clear overnight, sunny, 89 tomorrow, 87 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Hello, everybody. Gary, why are you wearing a... Hold on, Ron. Every time Gary walks in here wearing some goofy costume, you always say, Gary, why are you wearing that? Yeah, but... And then it turns into some long-winded story about Alaskifications. Yeah, but... Then Gary says something ridiculous. Yeah, but... And you agree that an Alaskification before winter is the best way to prepare for cold weather. Yeah, but... And how Alaskan AC guarantees no breakdowns. Yeah, but... And all it does is encourage Gary to walk around wearing a stupid-looking ski mask that no person in his right mind would get caught dead wearing. Yeah, but he's wearing my ski mask. Keeping my head protected, just like the Alaskification protects your heater. My ski mask isn't stupid looking. Look who's wearing it. I choose to ignore that remark. Because you know another one is coming. Take off that stupid ski mask. See? And that's why you should schedule your Alaskification today. What did we accomplish here? I'm not sure, but today is a good day to Alaskify. Schedule now at AlaskanAC.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance might be the easiest part of owning a home. Definitely easier than this.
Psst, honey. Honey! What? Shh, there's a salesman walking up the driveway. Oh no, he's got a clipboard. What do we do? Get down. Down? On the floor, you... Shoot, did he see us? Why are you breathing so loud?
Home ownership isn't easy, but with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, shopping for home insurance is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Right now, when you buy more carpet at the Home Depot, you save more during our Buy More, Save More event going on now. Upgrade your carpeting with top brands, then let us install it for you with prices starting at just 49 cents per square foot. Select from a wide assortment of carpet to fit your room, lifestyle, and budget during the Buy More, Save More event at the Home Depot. Offer valid October 16th through November 2nd, 2025. Base price for standard installations only. Excludes Traffic Master and stock carpet. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.